citizen of the internet. It is I, C+Hero, the hero Vtuber the making, and happy 4th of July 2025. If you're celebrating the state, happy Independence Day to all you lovely Americans. How are you guys all doing? And what's up, Charmin Anime? Welcome, welcome all the way from England. How you guys are all doing today? But yes, so thank you all for taking your time to come and watch on a day that I know that everybody going to be busy because, you know, it is all 4th of July, so it is a day to celebrate the Americans' freedom, the liberty, Independence Day, and all that good stuff too. And probably you guys are going out to grocery to buy some last minute thing for a barbecue party later today or something, or maybe you're heading to a barbecue to celebrate with a friends or a family. But today is gonna be a nice day. That's all I just want to say, you know, about that. But how you guys all doing? And hello, Chris. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome on the Twitch side. How you all doing? How are you doing today? How's your days going? But yeah, so we're gonna be going. So, by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys, for anyone who's part of my Discord server, and if you're curious about my Discord server, there's a link for that. Doing all right, pretty busy though. Okay, fair enough. I was able to pull Hoshomari in Goddess of Victory Nike. Yeah, I managed to pull a character that awfully look like Hoshomari from Hololive and Goddess of Victory Nike. I don't know why Hoshomari looked like that. I have no idea why. It's kind of really weird, but yeah, I got that character in the game, man, and I got that character. It's really cool to get a new character. It's not that hot in the UK today. Nice. That's good to hear. I know the last stream you said that it was pretty hot or something there, right? But yeah, good to hear that it's not that hot today in the UK. Good to hear that. I don't think it's that gonna be hot here in this states too. So it's actually a perfect day for a firework too. So really nice. But yeah, so but of course, we're gonna be, you know, enjoying our time here today. And today we're gonna be doing a Honkai Star Rail stream, but today's stream is gonna be a little bit different today. As you guys probably could already tell by the thumbnail if you're watching the YouTube side, or the title if you're watching on the Twitch side, we're gonna be reading some hot takes about our favorite gacha game, Honkai Star Rail, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to watch that. Also, I started Persona 3. Ooh, nice. Man, Persona series, huh? I saw they finally added skip button to HSR, but I didn't get to try it yet. Ah, yeah. They did add the skip button in the game, Honkai Star Rail, which is cool. They also, like, you know, added, like, the buffs to some of 4 older characters, Jiggly, my Oshi, Blade, Kafka, and Silverwolf. I'm actually going to make like a video about the dot damage over time team because in version 3.5 there's a new character, Hyselin, who will basically be good for dot. She's gonna be something good for the damage over time. I can finally enjoy the story, right? Because, you know, you have the option to skip, so you can, you know, skip through some of the past story to catch up to the main story faster. I'm pretty sure Blade is on the same tier as Akra now, which is a bit crazy. That is really, wow, that's kind of crazy. But then again, it kind of makes sense because of the buff, right? Actually, the funny thing, there is a mod for Sonic game that turns the game into a person. Wait, what? That is funny. Charmin Anime, that is funny. Ah, you know, but yeah. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me actually fix my eye tracking up here because I don't know why, but whenever I use my OG Live 2D model, my eyes always like looking up, even though I'm not. I'm actually looking straight to the monitor. Can someone tell me if my eye is like moving right, up, left, down perfectly or something? Because that's kind of what am I doing with my eyes. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly though. Yeah, now my eyes like looking like sideways. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. Yeah, something is a little bit weird with my tracking. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that way. Maybe I should look at the eye orbit sensitivity. I don't think it's the eye orbit sensitivity though. It's gonna have to be the tracking though. Let's see. Okay, hey guys, okay, let me just calibrate right now. Wah 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 wah. Wah wah. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, you know what? I was thinking of using my OG model, but I'm gonna switch to my transform into my small model. I just always stream with the rest of this model because it's been a while I used this small model and I like using my small model. Hey guys, and plus I don't have to be bothered by the eye tracking because my eye is only just a 2 blank dots, so it's much easier this way. But anyway, it's been a while you stream with my small model, so this is a good time. Yeah, so I also can't wait to progress more into Weathering Wave because I just completed the 1.1 story. I think I'm gonna head into 1.2 or 1.3. I know one of you guys told me that 1.2, 1.3 was kind of like an optional thing, but I want to go through all the main story quests, you know what I'm saying? Then again, I guess I will have to anyway if I want to progress through the story anyway. But I don't know what's so optional about like version 1.2 or 1.3 or something. I don't know. One of you guys said something about there's a optional update and it's 1.3. That's when it actually gets a lot better. Oh, I see. So 1.2, it's kind of like optional, or is it kind of like a little bit on the side? But then again, there is a main story mission, right? Optional event quest, unrelated to the main story. Oh, I see, I see. There's an optional main quest. Okay, okay. Interesting, interesting. Alright. Alright. That makes sense. I see, I see. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, so like, I don't like this. So, just going to give you guys a head up, and I will remind you guys again on Sunday stream too for Arknights. But for next week's streaming schedule, most likely I'm gonna be only streaming once, probably on a Wednesday. I don't know if I will stream on Weathering Wave that day, but I'll be streaming less often next week because I have in-laws coming to a visit too from my, Mrs. C+ side of the family. We're gonna meet them somewhere, someplace important, and we're gonna be like kind of hanging out, So I'll be having family members visiting me on the next weekend, not the tomorrow weekend, but next weekend. So I probably won't be streaming, and even after they go back home, I'm probably gonna be too tired to stream because let's just say next weekend it's gonna be very, very busy. It's gonna be much busier than usual. So I'm probably going to only stream at least like once next week. So just to give you guys a head up. But yeah, alright then. So, okay guys, today we're gonna be having a lot more like conversational stream today. It's gonna be a little bit more chill stream, but I'm hoping it's gonna be also a very fun and funny stream because I think it's time to begin the main part of the stream, shall we? Alright, let's get the show on the road. And hello, Dad One Knock. Welcome to the live stream. If you're brand new here, my name is C+Hero, the Hero Vtuber debating, or you can call me as a small Hero Vtuber debating. And we're gonna be reading a funny Reddit story in Honkai Star Rail subreddit. So let me switch to the browser now. Switch. Oh, and good morning, Johan Ramos. Happy 4th of July. How's your days going? Alright, let's see that. Happy birthday for America. Yeah, exactly. America. Yeah. Alright, guys. Here we go. We're gonna be reading some funny things. Okay, hey guys again. Let me actually fix the browser for a second. I don't want to... Alright, I think this is a good place. Alright, here we go. And by the way, it's C-Knock. Okay, C-Knock. Gotcha. I'll remember the name. I hope I'll do my best to remember the name. But thank you for letting me know. Anyway, if anyone gonna miss watching this live, I will going to make this into a YouTube highlight video. So if you want to check me on YouTube site, you can check me at youtube.com/CHeroVT, and you can check out my content there. Or you can even type in the command !YouTube on the Twitch side to get my YouTube link there. Considering those are Hoyo player, the takes are gonna be horrible. Yeah, let's just say that much. Alright guys, so let me just begin a little bit of introduction because like I said, this is going to be turned into a YouTube video later, but greetings, of you today. My name is C+Hero, the hero Vtuber debating, and today we're gonna be reading some interesting, hottest take about Honkai Star Rail and the Honkai Star Rail subreddit. This is gonna be a very interesting thing to see because I posted this. I was the one who posted this question here. What is your hottest take about this game? Because I just was curious, and this post was posted like 1 month ago, and let's just say I did not expect to get a lot of these replies, like 431 replies, guys. And this was seen by 72,000 views, like over that, a lot of people, like over 9,000, quite literally, but like way over 9,000. So yeah, this is gonna be very interesting, and this is gonna be, yeah. And, oh, actually, hang on a second. Wait, you guys don't appear. Where are you guys? Hang on a second. I forgot to make you guys appear. Okay. Alright, there you go. Now it's much better. 90 upvotes already isn't a good sign. Yeah. But we're gonna see how this is gonna go. Anyway, so let us read the first one here. Alright, what does it say? Redditors grossly overstate the average skill level of the average player. Even in gripe posts about game's difficulty, it is horrifying when they reveal what their gear quality is or their team composition. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I agree, man. I agree with this. Like I read on the YouTube subreddit from time to time, and I have seen like so many like players like complain about how they cannot like get through certain parts of the game, and yet when they show like their characters build, they don't even like fully upgraded their level. They have now fully like maxed out their skills. They have now like fully put on the best, or at least even a decent quality of gears on their characters. So makes me wonder, you know, like what do you guys do how you guys play the game? Do you guys like work on maxing out the character's skill first or getting their best gear first? Personally for me, I go after the gear, or you know, the relic set, after I max out all their skills, you know, except for the basic attack, because certain characters don't really need the basic attack. Then again, most characters don't anyway, but that's just me. Complaining about difficulty is only valid if you actually have normal built-in team. Right, true. Yeah, like my team aren't great, but at least I built my character, still made it through some tough bosses. Exactly. And like Sleepy Sarah would say here in a response, say this: every time I admit to my character's build, I got trash talk for only having XYZ stat when I say my face shell couldn't solo zero cycle that boss like yours, and I don't think most people face shell can, or anything along those lines. It's like so much backlash skill issue. If the character doesn't have perfect stat and so on, I can just about get 4 stars in all content mode. I manage, but it's not as quick as what I'm led to believe is normal Reddit. Takes me 6 to 10 cycle. It makes me wonder why my entire friend list keeps borrowing my character, because mine is so much worse than what I see online all the time. Did I take a look at their character or watch my in real life friends play, and it's enlightening. I realize I'm effing no lifelink game in comparison to the average player, even though I'm quote-unquote bad by Reddit standard. We live in our little bubble here. where any character doesn't have 4K attack, 100% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and 180 speed is considered garbage. When the average player runs 5% crit and 70% crit damage, and it's a miracle they have at least a 2-piece set and use a team made up of 4 harmony, and only use normal attack because they might need those skill points in a dire situation. There's a reason the Delve have nerfed several story boss fights and added an easy mode. Reddit perfectionism is not the norm. Yeah, like average Honkai Star Rail player is mostly casual. The average or majority of Honkai Star Rail character are casual. So obviously, you know, they're not gonna have the best build or the optimal build for the specific character that's deemed to be, you know, quote unquote meta. Not gonna lie, I grind the first level, then skill / relic. Actually, I think that's a good way to do it, C-Doc, because of course you want to like level up your character to the maximum, you know, or the highest it can go, which is level 80. And then you work on the skill and then the relic. That's kind of how I go. I max out the character's level and also their light cone's level as well. Then I work on their skill and then I work on the relic at the end, because the relic is gonna be based on RNG, you know, getting like the most optimal or the good matching stats to that specific character that character take advantage of. It's based off on RNG, because you know you have like what 5 stats, and how are you gonna get, you know, all those perfect stats, you know? It kind of remind me of Pokemon, you know, when I like used to be into the Pokemon VGC competitive play of Pokemon, where I have to think about the EV, the IV, and stats, all that stuff. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, well, that's kind of the thing for Pokemon competitive play. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because it's a completely different game, so. And then Blair the Intel replied to Sleepy Sarah, said that I would say even the average Reddit user is bad at the game. Look at all the people who struggle clearing in-game content. Sometimes it is a build or team issue, but some people really don't understand the gameplay. People say you don't need skill, but that is not true. You need to understand your character in the battle system, and this is a very, very fair thing. Like, a lot of people just like, it's not really about build or team issue, but some people just really don't understand the gameplay. Like, really, they don't understand the gameplay, you know? Like, I would say, you know, you don't have to be like perfect or anything, but at least learn the basic, you know? Like, learn a little bit of the basic and you'll go much further than most players in the game. Relics always last. They're the only luck-based stat. Right, exactly. But there's one exception another day. Once only for me, LL. Really? Oh, what that game is? Well, I understand gameplay if I can auto. Yeah, that is true, because there's that whole auto thing that you can just go through. But even if you go auto with like the most unprepared team in the game, yeah, you will most likely going to hit a wall eventually. You're gonna hit a wall and you're not gonna go far. Let's just say that much. And let's see now. Let's read more, because this Sleepy Sarah actually has like a couple of replies here. But let's read someone else post. Jiaochu's, is that a Jiaochu emoji there? I kind of a little too small to tell, but I think it is. It will never, all capitals. Anyone who has more fun than me doesn't deserve it. And oh, thank you for the follow. I don't know who just followed me, but who just followed me? Hang on a second. Oh, thank you for the follow, C-Nox. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Genshin with my niche the first, and the only time and last time I'm gonna grind artifacts first. Oh, okay, something about Genshin Impact. I don't play Genshin Impact, so I don't understand a lot about it, quite honestly. So, sorry if I'm not knowledgeable about Genshin Impact. But anyway, but thank you for the follow, man. Thank you so much. Okay then. Okay, so anyone who has more fun than me doesn't deserve it, and should apologize to me. Anyone who has less fun than me is delusional and doesn't know how to appreciate this game. Anyone who has a better build character than me is a lucky no-life loser who has no skill and has to resort to brute forcing with stat checking. Anyone who has a worse build than me is trash at this game and doesn't know how to optimize. Only my enjoyment matter, and the entire community doubts need to have only my well-being in the priority. I think this guy is just trolling or making a joke. I think, but however, old chum, we're just gonna refer to him as chum just to make it easier. Remember, chum here kind of make one good point where like some play out there are kind of really selfish in a sense, especially like, you know, in a community like subreddit, well then again, or anywhere in general on social media or internet. But basically, like, Chum kind of tried to say, like, you know, the game should be made for me and me only. It should be complied to my own, like, you know, desire or interest. Which isn't true, by the way, because that's not how, like, game is supposed to be made. The game is supposed to be made for fun for anyone to enjoy, not just for one person. But I kind of see where Chum is kind of going, where, like, some people out there think otherwise, you know? Yeah, exactly like you said, Chris. He's not the other Reddit user who act like that. Exactly, Reddit. Exactly, Chris. Exactly. Yeah. And then NY Mousano42 say, this game is pretty fun. And then Hanabi Sam say, now that is a epic punching hot take. Okay, that is a pretty hot take, and I gotta say, I agree with that hot take. I hope they are mostly good comments to your post. Oh, Johan Ramos, you can say, depending on how you define what's a good post or a bad post, or good comments or bad comments, let's just say this is gonna be fun. Let's just say that. Okay, if Falto say, I like the longer main quest. It's literally more content to play. Nobody's forcing you to play it all in one sitting. And that is actually a good point, you know. You're not forced to play, you know, all the longer main quests in one sitting, you know. Unless you really want to. But you don't have to, like, rush into things, you know. You can just take your time and just enjoy it at your own pace, you know. I don't know why, you know, some people want to go and rush in to play, you know. Like, but then again, I don't know. Some people just have that, I just like, you know, speedster mindset or whatever. I mean, you know, just play however you want to play. The problem with the story is that something they could tell in 2 hours told in 10. Right, yeah. I will admit that, like, you know, longer main quests, it's fine, but sometimes it can be a very repetitive if they do it too much. And for Honkai Star Rail, I know it's a very heavy story-based, which is, I guess that's just how it's gonna be, how it is, and how it always will be. But I wish they could just, like, lessen the amount of dialogue and just give a little bit more gameplay. I feel like the storytelling, the gameplay, it's kind of a little bit out of balance, in my opinion. That's my hot take, I guess. And those 10 towers are spent looking at two characters next to each other with the camera switching angle every once in a while. Right, yeah, I could see. There's just not enough, like, action during the cutscene, you know? There's just not enough action, you know? Like, nothing, like, very interesting about the cutscene. Let's see now. What other hot take that we could hear here? We can read here. I feel like people hype up Solji way too much as this god-tier writer who makes story where all the characters die at its absolute peak of storytelling. Oh, okay, so more Yandi it's commenting on about Soji. Soji is the writer of Honkai Star Rail. I think he's currently the current writer. I think he also the guy who wrote the Pedagogy story, as well as I believe he's also working at Emphoria story too, if I'm correct. But yeah, I could see why some people might be tired of where all the characters die, and some people think that's an absolute peak of storytelling. Because, to be honest, it has done before, you know, obviously, you know. It's not like it's a one, like, epic original idea, you know, that somebody came out, pop out from their mind or pop out from their butthole or something like that, right? But yeah. Hot take. HSR story was better than Saoji. Saoji. Oh wait, is Sauji just the name of another game? I thought it was the name of the writer for the game itself, not like a name for a game title or something. Soji is the writer. Okay, he is a writer. Okay, I thought it was something else. Alright. Oh, wait. Hanabi Simp again. Oh, looks like Hanabi Simp has been, like, commenting and replying a lot in this Reddit post that I made. Okay, she said, they said, Yappy bad, more endgame, more 4-star. I can already see this incredibly hot take peoples will have. Yeah, like, honestly, I don't know why, like, for Star Rail, they stopped making 4-star. But for endgame content, I think we have a pretty decent amount of endgame content. I don't know why people say we need more endgame content. Unless, like, they're just really bored. Or maybe they just don't have fun with the current endgame content modes that we have. And the yapping bad, well, I think that's kind of like, 50-50. Because sometimes the dialogue can be too long. Other time, maybe, like, the storytelling is bad. That's just kind of very subjective matter. Yapping is bad is kind of very subjective matter. But, whatever, I guess. But more endgame mode, like, I don't hear that kind of complaint before. But I don't think there's, like, ever need more endgame. I mean, having more may be better, but with the amount of endgame mode that we have now, I think it's fine. I think it's just fine. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my opinion. And, oh wait, what the heck? Did we get disconnected from Twitch? Oh. Oh crap. Did we get disconnected from Twitch, guys? Is everything okay on the Twitch side? That was so weird. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I learned, and not Twitchy replied to Hanabi Sims here. I learned quickly that if someone referred to dialogue as yapping, I can simply ignore their opinion and lose nothing of value. You know, that's a good point. That is a very good point. The chat seems to be frozen. Well, I do see you, Chris, so I think the chat is working, and the chat seems to be working as fine, so, probably was a little bit of a small glitch or something. But anyway, and Hanabi responded, people love saying media literacy as a buzzword nowadays, but a lot of people lack the literacy, period. Anything that requires them to engage with reading for more than 5 straight minutes gets shut down as yappy. People cannot even comprehend what it is that they're complaining about and just throw that word around because it's what everyone else does. The game has a presentation issue stemming from a lot of overlay verbose text and description without a lot of visual feedback and animation, which can make it feel tedious at times given how long some of the story are. But if it's well written, it's not yapping, it's just poorly presented. My age is really showing, but I really hate the overuse of slang as a crutch for criticism when people don't even know what they're talking about. That is a... Hanabi said kind of make a good point here, because I don't think this is a hot take, but I think she make a good... Or they make a good point, because, like, unfortunately, a lot of gamers nowadays, especially the younger people, have a much shorter attention span. In fact, I think due to, like, all the, consumption of internet, like watching a TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all so much information, I think our attention span have gotten worse over time, I mean, I admit my attention span gotten worse too. Like, I just look up on my phone like almost like every minute or every hours of the day now. Now, right now, I'm not watching it anymore. But even as I'm talking now, I feel the itch, or even just the, without thinking about it, that I want to just grab a phone and look up on something while I'm even talking to you guys. I know that's gonna be rude to do that in real life, but it's like, but nowadays, it's kind of normal to do that now, which is very sad over. It's kind of very sad time that we live in. Me casually sitting through Persona 5, which is 100 hours. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't know. Oh man, wow. Persona 5 also has a lot of, dialogue too, or some people might call it yapping, but yeah, exactly. I agree, Charmander. Let's see now. Depth Originality say, Lofu is my favorite planet. I genuinely love the design, the character, and the quest. Stakes were high, but not too high. Map just perfect level is slightly annoying. I hope we'll get another Lofu interlude. Oh, wow. Okay, so I know that Lofu is considered to be the least favorite planet or world to visit in the game overall. At least that's what I heard. But I actually kind of like Lofu myself too. It's not my favorite planet, but I genuinely love the story and even the character as Lofu too, I think. I really like that. And I think the stakes were pretty high whenever we are at Lofu. But that's just me. It takes 5 hours to get through the tutorial. Only 100 hours? That's about 2.5 HSR quest. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, Arumi Siak say they need to rework or remove the effect hit rate stat because most of the characters don't even benefit from this trash set. Other characters can just apply weakness and debuff with Ace, while actual debuffers still rely on EHR. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, the effect hit rate. Yeah. Can you even consider it a planet because the Lofu is a ship? Yeah, that is true. Lofu, it is just a ship, so it's not really considered a planet per se. It is a world for sure, but it's not a planet, like a physical planet. It's a flying spaceship, a giant spaceship. But this one here, the effect hit rate. Yeah, like the effect hit rate. I know that the effect hit rate stat determine like if the debuffers like effect or the skill will hit it with 100% chance of their effect taking effect on the targeted enemy. Such as, for example, let's take Silverwolf skill where she implement type weaknesses. She needs to have at least 100% effect hit rate in order for, you know, the chances of her skills effect apply on the targeted enemy. But as for if it need to rework or remove the effect hit rate, yeah, majority of characters don't need effect hit rate. It's only just the debuffer. At least that's what I agree. I don't like the Lofu. Every single gacha game has a chance. Chinese inspired zone is getting really old and boring. Every single gacha game, I think it's more common in a Horrorverse game because then again, Horrorverse, it's made in China, so you know, Horrorverse is originally from China. So obviously, there's gonna be like one specific big main area that's gonna have like an Asian inspired design because it's probably just much easier for the game developer to develop a world in the game based off of the area they're from or the area they live, you know. So, but for us outsider, and when we see multiple games using some like a, you know, similar inspiration and stuff, yeah, it could get a bit boring. It could get a bit repetitive. That I will agree. That one I will agree. Let's see now. Well, what else other hot take we can read here? Is there something else? Let's see now. Oh, this is one about a specific character. Linkshire is completely useless as a character in the Warden's quest. She could honestly be replaced by an NPC and not much would change or have her entire role as Jingy1 #1 op axe from the story. It may be a case for Dr. Ratio where she was introduced now in time for the next Lafu quest, as we won't have to learn all about her then, but otherwise the story could have gone on without her. Her biggest moment in the story was giving us the little piggy pet. Oh, yeah, but yeah, yeah, like Linkshire, Linkshire didn't really play much of a big role in the main story per se. I don't know about much about Linkshire since I don't order, but Accomplished Pie 206 say Arlen is probably one of the coolest characters and he deserved better. Oh my god. Arlen is just a very unfortunate character because nobody played the guy. Like, nobody played the guy. Honestly, a bad take. Always take a useless playable character, the story that a very important NPC. Yep, I guess that's just all based on preferences, Chris. I guess that's all based on preferences. But like, Allen, I mean, Allen kind of looked cool, and I guess he deserved better. Coolest in what? He did nothing in story, but damn. And then accomplished Pi 206 reply. He actually does a lot to support in Hertha spaceship. He also has a nice animation. It's probably one of the coolest kid around. I love character that high risk, high reward. His kid was supposed to be all about that. Unfortunately, he's a high risk and no reward for the moment. And let's see what's the further reply to this. Yeah, he stands and talks sometime. True. Yeah, that's all Allen does now. He just stands and talks. Like most, like 4-star or even the 5-star character, the James, that you see as an NPC. But actually, funny enough, I think all of the 4-star character, you could actually talk them in the overworld. Well, no, you could actually talk up the 5-star, like Bronya too, so... Yeah, but... I don't know about this take. I don't know about this take about Allen deserve better. He kind of does, but then again... His kit is kind of like, not the best, probably the worst of it all, because... His whole kit is a revolve around that the lower the HP is, the higher the damage he can do. But with so many enemies in the endgame mode that does high damage, he's not that very useful. And you gotta have to get Allen to the lowest HP as possible to do the highest amount of damage. To take advantage of his kit the most. So yeah, Allen... Unless if they could like buff or recreate Allen's kit, I don't see how he could deserve better. But yeah. Oh, Ray cool said this. New character kits continuously pushing team damage ceiling make me less willing to spend on banner because it turns my attention from aesthetic more towards their stat. Developers have too much control over team building and challenge mode content. Yeah. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I'm Sweat. If you're brand new here, my name is C+Hero, the hero of Vtuber, and today we're reading the hot takes about Honkai Star Rail and the Honkai Star Rail subreddit. And this hot take question is actually posted by me, and I'm reading the response here after like 1 month of me posting it. And I have like over 400 replies. Not gonna read all of it. I'm just gonna read like some of the best one because this will turn into a YouTube highlight video later too. So if you guys wanna, check out my YouTube, go ahead and, also give me a subscribe too if you want to see more content. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But anyway, so I do love Wua with that. So far there's almost 0 power creeps so far. That's good to hear, but like any gacha game, there's always gonna eventually be a power creep eventually, just eventually. Pasty Fan 420 LL said, the storytelling is starting to rely too heavily on understanding ideas and concepts that are not clearly relayed to the player. It's a similar problem to what Destiny had at launch. There's a ton of interesting lore, characters and story that only show up in text that the vast majority of players don't read. This means that many events in game are either confusing or lack weight because most players don't have the context for them to be meaningful. Put simply, the writing is pretty good, but the storytelling doesn't do it justice. Yeah, that is true, because Honkai Star Rail is very heavy lore. I mean, even the endgame content has like a lore behind it too, if you read it closely, But the average, I'd say the most casual player probably wouldn't care that so much because they just want to, listen to the story and just, play through the story, But they don't go deep enough to understand, like, hey, what is this supposed to be? Oh, why this is happening? Oh, so-and-so, It's kind of like a 50-50 here. I say this isn't a bad hot take either. I see this is a fair hot take. A fair one, to say the least. Alright, then moving on. Sparkle could be removed from the plot and basically nothing changes. Sample could have just been himself. The fake Robin stuff didn't matter. And the epilogue could have just been an actual fireworks show. Forcing Sparkle into ODC did nothing. Wasn't that point of her though? Everyone's thinking she was gonna blow up stuff and create chaos. Even her trailers pointing to her messed up stuff in Penacony. Where's the reality? She was just a red herring. I think that's a good point. Sparkle really didn't do much in the main story of Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. Because, I think Sparkle's true role in the story of Honkai Star Rail would just literally be herself, Sparkle, which is she's a troll. That's it. She was a jokester. She was literally elation. She just wanna make chaos and just fool around. She didn't play anything role in that story. Now, how they executed it might be questionable, but I think that was just whole point of the premise, the main premise of the story. Her whole role in the main story. Just being a little troll, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just being a troll and messing around with the main character from time to time. That is all I can say. Might be that the point. Doesn't make it sting less, yeah. Let's see now. Okay, random BN Dude said, everything about this game is decent to great except for the gameplay, which has no depth at all. I never seen a game's main mechanic be ignored this fast by the day, even for a turn-based game standard. The roles are all over the place. It all started with the destruction doesn't have the brushier playstyle that they supposed to have. Abundance somehow deal as much damage as your addition. Preservation don't have a place at all because Abundance just do all the work. Nihility now buff teammates, and even the DPS has freaking revive of all things. The element system has little to no impact. Same for breaking enemy element shield. It's only matter to break characters. The gameplay has no identity. It's just all about which character can do the most stuff and have the biggest number. And then Netra Neuron's reply, hot take. I suspected game balance was going into the shit shorter the moment they revealed Silverwood Kit implanted a weakness, since it invalidated a core game mechanic barely months after the game release. 2 years on, Silverwolf is now one of the weakest characters and need huge buff just to be viable. Yeah, I think this guy is trying to say that, you know, about the whole thing about, excuse me, I kind of needs the drink to rehydrate, but yeah, Random View kind of has a good point about about certain thing about the characters. I think this kind of relate with the whole power creep and stuff too, because it's all about character doing the most highest damage in number. But yeah, I kind of agree with this take. But about the abundance, how I deal as much damage as your addition, that's kind of a little weird, you know. I don't know. Kohaku Zuba said, Remembrance is a dog shirt path with no identity, and the only reason it exists is to shell limit light code. Otherwise, the characters' kits are incomplete without them. Executive, we want more money. 80 yachts is not enough. We need 20. Delve, what if we took some and made them in their own path, but give them the exact same characteristic of every other path? We can power creep the other path while also being paid to win heavy with busted idol and restrictive light core. We can also gender lock the path because neckbeards are obsessed with LE cute anime waifu. Executive, this is brilliant. Players have no standard. They'll love this. Players, we have no standard. We love this. Please take our money. Okay, wow, this is a real hot take, and honestly, I kind of agree. Remembrance path, it's really about the summit, but they kind of play a multiple role that takes a little bit from each path. Like, for example, Hyacinth, she's the latest Remembrance character. She's a healer, but she summons too. She summoned her Memo Spice. She's a Remembrance path, but she can heal your entire team and your allies. So she's kind of like a healer. The first Remembrance character, not Akra, sorry. Oh crap. Aglaya, there you go. I almost forgot her name. Jeez. Aglaya, she is a DPS Remembrance character, but she's kind of more served like a hunt character because she can single target enemy, which what a lot of the hunt DPS character do anyway. So, right. And Mipsid Difficult replies saying, if I didn't know better, I say that Memo Sprite should have been just a gameplay mechanic appended onto every other path. I think the Remembrance path problem is so bad, it's like if the entire break archetype became its own path. That is actually true, because like, Remembrance don't really have like, the only defining mechanic that's specifically for their path, that's unique only to the path, are the Memo Sprite. The owner or the summoner summon their Memo Sprite, and that's the main core mechanic. And now what that Memo Sprite does is what determines the role of that character. So like, for example, you know, Fat Fudge for Hysen, it heals. It does also damage too. Of course, it attack. What else? Like Aglaya. Why am I mixing up with Akra and Aglaya? I don't know. This, I'm very confused. Vtuber, I guess. But anyway, Aglaya, she is a kind of like a hunt character. Her garment maker, her Memo Sprite, literally, it's like a additional hunt character that does a single target damage to the enemy, but also I think it also does like a damage to adjacent enemy too, because it can just do damage enemy next to the main target. So yeah, I gotta agree with this one about Remembrance. I mean, we did already have Jiggy Wild, Topaz, and Linkshare with Summon. I would actually argue that Memo Sprite actually a downgrade, considering Summon can't be targeted. Not to mention, each of the Remembrance unit we have so far could easily fit into one of the other paths. Hyacinth into Abundance, Trailblazer into Hobby, Aglaya into Hunt, Casterus into Destruction. I still don't know what they were thinking, trying to make its own entire path. Yeah, that is true. That is kind of so true. Like, each of the Remembrance characters so far can fit into other path. It's just not funny, you know. It's like, really? Like, why? And some people think, I mean, I kind of like the Remembrance path that is in, because I think the Summon thing, it's interesting, but I think we need a more, like, really unique Remembrance that has a unique role. But then again, it's kind of hard to say, because in most basic, like, turn-based RPG game with a team mechanic into it, you need, like, you know, the attacker, the healer, the supporter, and the shielder or the defender, you know. Those are like the four main basic role for an RPG game, you know. The attacker, the shielder, the supporter, and the healer. The supporter is like the guy who's, you know, kind of, you could say the buffer or the debuffer. And the defender is like the shielder, the attacker is obvious attack, and the healer is this heal, right? So how to make like a unique role for Remembrance that's not one of those four things that I mentioned, gotta be very difficult to think about, you know. It's probably like easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Alright then, and then let's see what else we hear. The scale of the conflict we find ourselves in game escalated way too quickly. We went from Cocolia to an Emanator in one planet, and it stayed at Emanators ever since, because now there's no other choice other than Eon. We speedrunning Shonen power scaling in this game. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, the power scaling in Honkai Star Rail, it's kind of a little crazy. I would say, yeah, this is kind of a good point in a sense. I kind of see where Anatha one say, I kind of agree with what this Reddit poster, it's kind of saying, like, it went from Cocolia to Emanator in one planet, but yeah. But whatever, I don't know, it's just what it is, right? I guess. Oh, this guy says something about the Emphorius. Okay, let's read their reply. Emphorius wise, Emphorius is a snoozer. I feel like Yoralo 6 Bellabok is more alive than it, and it doesn't help that Hertha and Skulam are already dropping heavy hint that it's not even real in the first place, and that Hertha should have invited Stefan, the Genius Society member who enjoyed making similar universe or divergent universe more video game like for MC. This leads me on to a second problem in that as much as 3.3 cutscenes are visually epic and Sweet 1.x has generally tighter writing. The fact that since they're not really dead as they don't exist in the first place due to it being a simulated world doesn't settle well on me since there's no real risk to everything they're going through. At this point, I'm just waiting and am more excited for the Express, the Genius Society, and Black Swan collabing to get us out. Also, because I think the whole Euphoria saga is based on an arc and Honkai Impact 3rd, a game I've never played, I have a feeling the writing will generally be safe, or mirror whatever happened in Honkai Impact 3rd. I say this because as much as I love Pedigree, I can tell that they were having difficulty in trying to get to their point across concisely while doing something original. With Euphorias, I think they're going too crazy as they have the Honkai Impact 3rd template in the lingering notion that even with all the CH cast dead, it's okay since the whole planet wasn't real to begin with. This take is kind of interesting to say. I would say, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't know. But, what do you guys think about this one? Like, is it like, Euphorias-wise, like, I say Euphoria's storyline is fine, but I have never played Honkai Impact 3rd. For anyone who played Honkai Impact 3rd, probably enjoy Euphoria's more so because, you know, it's referencing to Honkai Impact 3rd a lot in the game. But I would say, I would say, not that bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't think too deep on this stuff. Something I think about it, something I really don't. That's all I can say about that. Let's see. Got a few. Oh, look like this guy has also have some hot take about Euphorias. Got a few. Mostly about why Euphorias hasn't really worked for me. Euphoria's character, possibly due to the character arc being limited to the runtime of the Flame Chase, feed on one note compared to 1.x and 2.x characters in my opinion. This is in spite of getting more actual game runtime devoted to them. I never had much issue with the Yap and Pedigree because the character was more interesting. Euphorias was when it's telling us Titan lore, most of which does not have characters to care about. This is kind of a little bit more like opinion-based take. I say like, if you don't like the character's look and design and whatever, that's all totally on you. But yeah, this is kind of, I don't know if this is what we consider a hot take, but it is, you know, some people just have different opinion about their character's look and all, which is kind of fine anyway, because that's kind of like what most gacha game is kind of all about. Pulling the character or liking the character based off on their look or story or personality or whatever. It's all just, you know, opinion based, I guess. Then again, this whole post is really opinion based because we're talking about hot take about the game, so. Oh wait, what's this? Tanu guys say simulated universe add variety to the game and ruined it. Despite how much quality of life and adjustment added, it's still absolute chore. Same issue in Zenless Zone Zero, but you spend less time at fitting buff. I blame it for the reason behind the lack of event. They just add adjustment extended every 2 pack. Whoa, now that is a really hot take about simulated universe. I agree that it's kind of like adding more stuff into the one same endgame mode, but that's a pretty big hot take about the endgame mode, but more specifically about simulated universe. But, okay, yeah, I guess that's a really hot take. Smothering hot take. HS1 could have been a parallel Honkai Impact 3rd in the sense that it could have used the concept of Honkai. I mean, Weld is technically a Hurtresser. Kokori had the same appearance as the Hurtresser of Ice, and the Anti-Mana Legion resemble Honkai Beast somehow. Not to mention that Honkai is basically imaginary energy. The Stellar could be a Honkai. It made the concept be something much more impactful than just being on the title to show the connection between the two games. HS1 is fun, but it's too little to do. Too little to do? What? Minigame mode can be completed in one day. It's true that casual players can do it slowly, but sometimes people have some free time and they just don't have anything to do in the game. What? Okay, that is a really smothering hot take. Origami Bird Clash PvP mode should have never been deactivated. Alternatively, we should be able to play against bots. Ethereum Realm has an endless PvP mode in which we battle 8 possible opponents. You should add more players and more monster. Imagine going against Aglaya or having that TV take on the team. The Ethereum Wall. Huh, interesting. Okay. Ancient House should have a dating system to allow us to date any NPC we want. Can you imagine the gigantic amount of fun Worshipper would have? I don't know about the dating thing. That's kinda... yeah, I'm not too interested in dating game. That's just me. We should be able to invite any NPC to a room in Express. After all, the warp system uses golden to get heavily applied to join us by traveling in Express. That is so true, except for depending on the lore-wise, you know, because any... like, for example... little bit of like a spoiler for like, you know, the Pedicory storyline. But if you play for the Pedicory, you know this. But Misha, to that like join you traveling Express because he's kind of technically dead. The real Misha is technically dead. And the Misha that we meet is just a dream. It's not a real Misha. So certain characters probably couldn't join you appear in the Express because of circumstances in the story. So I don't know if this is the most smothering hot take, but it is kind of a pretty hot take. But number 2 is a little bit of a hot take. It has little to do. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff to do. Not just the endgame mode content. There's also like the side quests. There's also those, what's it called, the accomplishment list that you can do. I mean, there's also the treasure chest that you can collect. Like, there's so many stuff that you can do. I think, like, you know, and also so many, like, you know, team that you can build to. Think about all this stuff. Like, there's just so many things to do other than just the main stuff that the game provide. People kind of, like, only sees, like, I guess the main buffet, but they don't see the side buffet. And some of the side buffet could be, like, a little treat, you know, that nobody have ever experienced. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my take, I guess. Low events say people criticize others for clearing content with overinvested teams and characters are bane of this community. Someone could post the MOC clear and you have 10 people say, oh, but you use Triby, Robin as E1, your face shot as E2. No shirt, you clear, try E0. The expectation to clear with team of solely 4-star or E0, S0 characters so really glorified and over-exaggerated. Isn't the point of this game collecting as many characters you like investing in them? This turned out in a rant basically, but I had to say it. Don't forget that having to be E0, S0 with subpar supports a bad relic. Yeah, I mean, people does criticize or over-criticize other for having over-invested team and character. I don't think they're like the bane of this community. I think that people who does that are just the minority within the Honkai Star Rail community. But there's a lot of them, and they're the most, like, vocal of them to say, you know, oh, I could complete this, the Master, you know, the Memory of Chaos, in 1 turn, or 0 cycle, or something like that. And people, like, over-criticize them, they're, like, you know, over-invest them, or something like that. But here's the thing, you know, like, everybody plays the game differently, you know. Yes, there's some people are just too vocal about it, and I just say, you know, if you don't like their opinion, just, you know, ignore them, you know. You don't have to say anything back at them or bad about them or whatever. Just, like, ignore them. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. But what do you guys think about this take anyway? Let me know. The character design kind of average. A lot of them seem repetitive. I mean, a lot of characters kind of do share, like, a similar design. Not gonna say. And look, Charlie Everett kind of point out, saying, like, most of the characters have long hair, bare shoulder and upper back, bracelet straps, or little bound, wherever you go it, on their leg or arm, one leg or arm only, long bare legs or thin legs thigh, short skirt, heels, tab, boob / shoulder / leg / arm window. I think if you overlap all characters, you'll see a ton of similarity and repetitiveness. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. You will see some similarity and repetitiveness. Definitely there is some repetitiveness in character design. I'll say that much. Yeah. The game has a serious power creep issue. The down need to take the horses the fudge back. I'm sick of it. Oh wait, Satya, that's not a hot take. That's actually a very common take. That's not really a hot take. It's a hot take, but it's a very common hot take. Yeah, there's enough events in the game. I like content being light. Okay, that's kind of interesting hot take. Hoyo, should stop the girlfriend agenda they clearly want to introduce for every world. It worked for Firefly because there's a pass between the Trailblazer and her, but it doesn't work for Casterus. The advertisement in which they used the same song they used for Firefly and how they tried to sell Casterus was dirty as fudge. Wait, they used the same song for Casterus advertisement like Firefly? I don't quite remember that. I love Casterus, but I deeply hate the marketing attention behind her trailers and advertising. Tried to sell her like a ship or girlfriend material. I mean, think about this that, like, you know, Casterus came around the time of the 2nd anniversary of Honkai Star Rail. So obviously, you know, Hoyo was going all out, all in on this character, you know, because it was the height of the 2nd year anniversary. So of course they were really heavily advertising his character to pull, persuade players to pull for the character. But yeah, I hope they don't do it again because it's very cheap way to sell a character to break the important Trailblazer relationship with Firefly. I have a feeling like Z-Red DeFi here, it's kind of a Firefly sip here, not gonna lie. Let's see the reply. I conceptually agree. Firefly is definitely a character that earned her a literary wife status more than Caster because of LoL. However, I think the girlfriend thing really Caster was pushed more by the community than the game in my opinion. The only thing that felt remotely girl-friendly to me was the scene where she asked to hug you. Even then though, it reads more to me about her being touched off and lonely than being anything romantic. It made me feel bad for her goes Same, not make me want to smooch her. That might just be me though. I didn't see advertising for her beside the trailer, so I can't speak on that. Yeah, I think it's more like the community was kind of pushing for her. Because of about the whole shipping thing, you know. It's just the whole shipping thing. That was what it was all about anyway. So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of me. My opinion there. And also, let's see that. Hang on a second. Yeah, I need to fix something. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I just have to say goodbye to my wife because she's heading off to work. Yeah, she kind of need to head to do work even on a weekend. So I just have to say goodbye to her. But anyway, yeah, so many hot takes. I did just so a lot here that definitely I'm not gonna read all of them. But I think we read a pretty good amount of hot take. You know, we learned like some people criticize about the current location of story, certain character, just overall the storytelling and even the gameplay mechanic. But what do you guys think? Do you guys have like certain hot take about Honkai Star Rail? Let me know your thoughts in the comment below. And if you enjoy watching this video or the live stream, please consider giving a like, click the subscribe button if you haven't yet, and check my last Honkai Star Rail video on the screen right now, or click the link down in the video description below if you're watching this as a video after the live stream. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because the first hour of the stream, I like to take a break. So, be right back. I think we're just gonna start playing Honkai Star Rail then, you know? I mean, why not, right? Since we're just all here chilling now. So, after the break, we're gonna switch to the game then. Alright, guys? I'm just gonna go to BRB now. See you guys a little bit later. After the break. See you soon. Okay, I am back. Sorry, I forgot to unmute myself for a moment. But okay, then let us go here. Actually, hang on. Am I right? Okay, so I guess we're gonna be playing a little bit of Honkai Star Rail today. So we're just gonna switch to the game now. So let's see that gaming time. And can I actually like let's see now. Hang on a second, hold up. Let me actually go on my pins. I'm gonna pin the message here because now it's just switching to the game time. We could also pin on Twitch side too. Customize time, manually on pin or at the end of the stream. Yep, there we go. Alright then, so we're gonna be switching to the game now. Alright then, let's go. So yeah, now I can't wait to play this game because it's been a while, like, you know, to play Honkai Star Rail on stream. I think it's been like a few weeks now, so can't wait. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go through the main story in the game. Oh boy, I wonder what's gonna happen. This is gonna be exciting because we're gonna start version 1.3.4. And we're gonna probably gonna see something very, very epic. For sure. Let's see. We got... Can we reassign? No, we have 7 more hours of that. So I guess I'll do the daily off on my own time. So. And we'll collect this. And then we're gonna go and continue the Trailblaze mission. For the sun is set to die. Let me tell a tale of a swarm of nymphs that chased the scorching dawn. The peon of Era Nova. For they rose from the gate and reached the throne. For they walked through the petals in the land of repose. Yet fell finally at dawn's rise. Alright then. Here we go. This is it, guys.
It's still early. Where to now?
Talk to the god and meet up with Dan Hong. Alright, let's talk. And also, what's cool about it is that Dan Hong, the voice actor, the English voice actor, it's back. So I'm hoping he's actually back voicing the character up to the latest version. But he has a lot of catch up to do. So hopefully we'll hear his voice again. Let's check it out now.
Please stay close to us. We need to rendezvous with Lord Dan Hong.
We will do everything in our power to clear the path for you.
There he is! Lord Dan Hong!
Quick, we must assist him!
Oh, we're back at the place where we left Dan Hong. Facing against the Flame Reaver.
What are you doing here? Where's Feinen?
Yes! Dan Hong voice is back! He is back, guy! He is back! Our long forgotten son hero, he is back! I'm so happy that he's back voicing. Thank you, Nicholas. We miss you so much, man. We miss you so much. It's a long story. Let's deal with that guy first.
We are under Lord Feinen's orders to escort both of you to safety, no matter the cost. Leave this to me and the Holy City Guards. Seth, take them and go.
Wait, Namazani. That black-clad swordmaster. Something seems off.
Huh?
At some point earlier, they suddenly froze in place, not moving at all. Like some kind of omen.
Now's our chance to take them down. No time to waste. Let's get out of here.
Right. We don't know exactly what's happening, but retreating is the safest choice right now.
I don't know which demigod graced us with this miracle. Please, come with us.
Feinen, is he going to be all right?
Believe in his resolve to save Akuma.
Alright, let's get out of here. Let's check out what's going on with Okama. And oh my god, the whole road is disappearing. And oh my god, what the heck?
The Flame Reaver isn't pursuing us. Could this really be some kind of divine intervention?
We can't stay here for long. Lady Trinan's sentry gate is just outside the city. Let's keep moving.
I still feel like someone should stay behind. Is this really what trailblazing is supposed to be? Leaving like this, I'll definitely regret it.
I agree. But Finan, he must have struggled a lot before making this decision. For now, let's get back in contact with the Express and plan our next move.
Yeah, it literally is the
That's
apocalypse.
the safest course of action.
And oh man, I really
more
miss hearing
information.
Nicholas Long's voice in the day. And I'm sorry if I butcher your name, Nicholas. If you ever come to my stream and somehow found my stream on YouTube or Twitch, I'm sorry to butcher your name a lot, but we really miss you, man. We just really miss you and appreciate that you're back, man.
On that note, I have a proposal.
Huh?
Who's there?
I hope to convey a message to the two nameless.
Screwlum?
Mr. Screwlum?
Who are you? Stand down. I order you to maintain a distance of 10 paces.
It's okay, guard. This one is not our enemy.
It has been a while, nameless of the Astral Express. I'm glad I arrived in time to stop that black-clad one from harming you further.
So it was you.
It's good to see some familiar faces. Never thought the Express crew will bring in a genius for backup. Things are getting more confusing by the minute.
It was fortunate we found you in time. Madam Herta and I were both quite relieved.
You two know this anti-Catharin? Does he come from the same people as Counselor Lygus?
Don't worry, guard. This gentleman is an ally of the Trailblaze. Would you mind giving us a moment to speak in private?
Of course. We'll wait nearby. Please stay safe.
I fully understand your situation. For now, the only thing I can do is temporarily freeze that black-clad one in place. Time is limited, so I'll keep this brief.
And while we're here, I think it's probably best to change the title on the Twitch side. I'm gonna change the title on the Twitch side a bit. Okay, alright, perfect. And then I guess I'll change the title a bit in the on the YouTube side too, if I can. So let's see. Oh, barely enough. Okay then. I think that should be all good now. We're all good with the title.
The place where you stand, Amphorius, is a world constructed from data and memoria, an experimental field of a certain eon.
Oh, so it was this whole world was created by Eon. Is it the remembers Eon fully?
And now, this isolated sandbox world is rapidly falling into a third path. Destruction.
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 Conclusion. If Amphorius continues unchecked on this course, a Lord Ravager will complete its evolution and metamorphosis, and emerge from the surging tides. The cosmos as we know it will suffer irreversible consequences.
A Lord Ravager? Like Fentelia?
The disaster that this Lord Ravager intends to trigger may be far more severe than the Law Fu's Stellaron crisis, because its goal is the Eon of Erudition.
What? The Eon of Erudition?
Putting aside the complex details of the inferences involved, I have a request to make. For one of you nameless to stay behind on Amphorius, acting as an informant, in order to prevent the wrath of destruction from ravaging the cosmos.
Oh, don't worry, Johan. And oh, wait, what the heck? Why my face is sad? Oh my god, why my face so sad? Sorry about that. I think that's whenever I press the S key, my toggle activate accidentally. I need to change that toggle for my sad expression. But to what title? Oh, basically I just like updated the YouTube live stream title as well as the Twitch while I'm still live. So if you just refresh the page, then you'll see the change.
This world is enveloped in a firewall that defies explanation, and the flow of time here is also different from reality. Madame Herta and I can only tear open a gap and project images inside. However, the accidental crash landing of the express car notwithstanding, both of you were able to successfully land here. There must be some principle behind this we have yet to fully grasp. It will take time to uncover the reason. Before then, if one of the Nameless is willing to stay and witness the fate of this world, or to push it along when necessary, it would be of great assistance.
Well, I already know that I will be the one who will shoulder this. What say you, Dunhang? 2 people can stay. I'll shoulder this responsibility.
Mr. Screwlum, I believe you. So I only have one thing I'd like to confirm with you. As Amphorius is already facing its end, how can we guarantee the safety of the person who stays behind?
That is kind of true, though. I hope I'll be safe. But then again, I've faced a lot of crises before, so I should be just fine.
Look at this, if you would. This curio is called a chronocognitive anchor. The two of you may view it as a kind of space anchor in the world of erudition. As long as you carry it with you, your individual data structure will be protected and will remain unaffected by the influence of digital tsunamis. When required, it can also serve as a bridge for communications between the internal and external world.
Ooh, that sounds useful.
Of course, it is not curio with unlimited uses. May only be held by one person. The connection being interfered with. Decide quickly as possible. 2 final messages. 1, Intellatron, named Ligus, possibly the primary culprit behind everything. 2, Bertha, discovered a clue. Miss March has already been drawn into Amphorius.
Right, we learned that Mod 7 was somewhere in Amphorius, but we don't know where exactly. Oh, Mod 7.
Cold. It's freezing. Hold on. Am I dreaming? This is way too strange. Everything's spinning. And I can see webbaboos flying around. But I was literally just talking to Himeko. How did I... When did I... That's it. He warned me about this place right before Klepoth glimpsed him.
Oh.
Oh no. Have I accidentally walked onto some weird path? Have I done something crazy without remembering? Unless forcing Pom-Pom into new outfits and borrowing Mr. Yang's shoulder massager counts. Hold up. No way! Stepping onto the path of elation can't be this simple. Right?
Yeah, welcome back, Mod 7. It's been a while we seen her. Oh my god, been like, what, 3.0 since like, I believe like since November. I think we haven't seen Mod 7 since like a little bit last year.
Child of remembrance,
Child of Remembrance?
step forth into the depths of the path space.
Is that Aglaya's voice? That sounds a lot like Aglaya.
Who's there? Hey, cut it out. If you're there, just come out and talk, okay? You're freaking me out. I can't even think straight. Hold on. Is that a gate?
Cast aside your fears. Step forward through the gate of memory.
Yeah, that does sound like Aglaya.
The voice. Is it showing me the way out?
And we're playing a little bit of Mod 7 right now. Cognitive Anchor. A carrier and a space anchor from the world of your edition that protect your individual data structure from the influences of digital tsunamis. When necessary, it can also serve as a bridge for communication between the internal and external world. Alright, but...
No, don't fall for it.
well, there's only one path forward.
They're lying to you. Turn back now. Wait, Master Diviner? From the Wafu? Fush? Master Diviner, what brings you here? And you, Miss Messenger. Do I know you from somewhere? Good to see you again, March.
Oh, that was weird. What was that?
A pleasure to see you, Miss March.
That's it! Master Diviner used the Matrix of Prescience to help me search for my memories. And you, Miss Messenger, we met in that memory space. You said to me, the value of your life does not lie in what happened in the past, but in the present and the future.
Your memory serves you well.
March, I conducted some experiments with the 6-phase ice you left us.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. Why is Fushua's name has a quotation in her name? That is kind of a little weird.
Thanks to the Garden of Recollection, the Matrix of Prescience has made a
Unless this
breakthrough
is
in
not really the
traveling
real
in the past.
Fushuan.
Now,
Which most
we
likely
might be able
it is
to
not her.
bypass the obstacles and look directly into your history.
The Master Diviner is right. Continue down this path, and you'll be able to find your lost memories at the end. Since we last met, you've grown much alongside the Trailblaze. You should be strong enough now to bear the weight of your past.
Well, there goes my Ice Princess fairy tale. I need to know, Master Diviner, Miss Messenger, this isn't just another dream, is it? If this is real...
Yeah, like I said, Johan, it
why
is
reach
probably
out
not
to me at this
the real
exact moment?
Fushuan.
The situation is dire. Your lost memories, they're crucial to the Garden of Recollection.
She's right. The Garden of Recollection's existence hangs on your memories.
The Garden of Recollection.
You may not want to sacrifice anything to preserve the garden for now, but in time, you'll understand. Your destiny and the path of remembrance are extremely, closely intertwined.
The path of remembrance and her destiny. Yeah, Mod 7, I have a feeling there's been a rumor going out that we may be getting a new version of Mod 7 as a playable character, but I won't believe it until I see it.
Now go.
So, I just walk through that gate?
And it's kind of very ominous that the messenger and this quote-unquote Fushuan just like turn around at the same time looking at the gate. Kind of very ominous.
This way, March. Your past awaits beyond the gate of memory.
Stop! They're just mimicking people from your memories!
And is that the sound of
Don't
Mem?
let those bad people deceive you! The gate. Now it's... you two? a place like this.
March! There you are.
Finally.
Oh my god, I'm actually talking.
The trailblazing journey just isn't the same without you.
Traveling's no fun without you around.
Well, duh! What's Team Trailblaze without its star member? Wait a sec. You might look like you two, but...
We understand your confusion. The Garden's allies helped us establish this Neuralink to reach you.
The Garden's allies? You mean Miss Black Swan?
Yes. She helped make this possible.
Keep going, March. Find your past, wake up, and travel with us again.
That sounds really tempting. Finding my past and continuing to trailblaze new worlds with you?
Trust in yourself, March. It's gotten us this far, hasn't it? Follow us. Let's go through that gate together.
Okay, now Don Hung is being a little bit ominous. Oh, this is not the real Don Hung.
Step into your past, March. Find your true self.
Wait up! Slow down! Those words sound so sweet. But keep your eyes open. Don't let them fool you. At last.
Wait,
I finally caught up.
Serene?
Hey. Are you alright? I'll be okay. Just not used to running around. Say, March, got a moment to talk before you make your decision?
Wait a second. Serene sounds awfully like Mem. I wonder.
Wait, that was you? Pushing the gate away? Sending those warnings?
This thing with Mod 7 reminds me of Kingdom Hearts in a way. Oh, I kind of know what you're talking about, Johan. I kind of know what you're referring to, Johan. Yeah, the whole memory things. Memory, chain of memories. Yeah, it kind of is. I can see it.
Name's Cyrene. It means ripples of past reverie. Easy to remember, right? Wait a minute. We actually look quite alike, don't we? Yeah. Your pink hair is just as eye-catching as mine.
Pink hair are kind of very eye-catching, that's for sure.
And we're both bright, pretty, and positive girls. Talk about coincidence.
Yeah, very coincidence indeed.
Wow, you're quite the smooth talker. But I can't disagree. Wait, you know my name is March? Have we met? No, but I've witnessed your story through those memories just now.
Okay, yeah, I have a feeling that Mem is actually Serene. This is Mem's true form.
It's incredible, really. We might have more in common than you think. I know exactly what you're going through, which is why I don't want to see you exploited or hurt. You know what I'm going through? I know, because I've been exactly where you are. This empty space has been my home for ages. I barely remember what time feels like anymore. But there's something I'll never forget. Trust me, that gate won't give you what you want. You mean those people? They're lying? Luring me into a trap? Yes, convincing, weren't they? They've studied your memories, using your deepest wishes against you. How dare they manipulate a young girl's feelings like that? If you go through that door, the worst case scenario is you'll become their pawn, losing control over your own fate forever.
You've seen what's on the other side?
I may be stuck here with missing memories like you, but I still recall fragments of my homeland where I grew up. That door leads to Amphorius. Trust me, it's anything but welcoming.
Huh.
For ages, I've watched people walk through that door. They couldn't see or hear my calls. The voices beyond always promised safety, but I've never seen anyone return safely. So I had to try and stop you.
To be honest, I'm not sure what to believe. But the fact that you're here, putting in all this effort to warn me, that means something. Tell me, Cyrene, how can I return to my world?
It's really easy, actually. Just turn around and walk away from this place.
Huh. Well, that's simple.
The girl cannot be trusted.
Oh.
Through the door, save the garden.
Memotiba's embodiment.
Both of you, children of remembrance.
Oh my god, this is getting weird.
They never give up, do they? But don't let them sway you. Stick to your path. The return journey could take ages, longer than most lives. But that path will lead you home.
Thank you, Cyrene. I know what I need to do. I'm going through that gate. Into Amphorius.
Wait, what?
Don't worry. I believe you. It's just that, for me, the only place I can call home is right beside my friends. Two of my closest friends are already on their way to Amphorius. They may seem capable, but only I know. They're absolute disasters waiting to happen. They won't last 5 minutes in a new world without me.
We lasted quite a lot longer than 5 minutes without you, March 7th.
That's why I need to go through. Amphorius or not. When the three of us are together, there's nothing we can't handle. We'll explore, understand, establish, and connect. After that, we'll find our way home together.
I see. You've got people who mean the world to you, too. That is so heartwarming. March, if that's what you've decided, you have my full support. Birds of a feather we are, looking all sweet and innocent, but with hearts of fire.
Oh, stop. You're making me blush. Well then, I guess this is it. Do you think we'll see each other again?
I'm sure that Serene's gonna be a playable character, so yes, we'll likely see her again. Probably very soon.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But don't worry about me. After all this time here, I've grown quite used to chatting with my imaginary friends.
Her imaginary friend what?
Since Amphorius is your homeland, if there's a way to help you, my companions and I will do everything we can.
Then I'll look forward to that day. Your story awaits, March. Make it an epic one.
Ah. And we're going back to my side of the story? C+Hero at Vortex of Genesis. Oh, we're at the Vortex of Genesis.
You okay there, friend? Something seems to be bothering you.
The Vortex of Genesis. We made it back. Even this place has changed. Finan. Is he ready for Era Nova?
I hope Don Hong will be okay heading back on his own. Maybe Don Hong should be here. No matter what, we need to see her for the end.
Yeah, we've come such a long way. If what that machine gentleman said is true, if Amphorius is destined for destruction, then I'll stay by your side until the very end. Like how you and Don Hong treasured the Express. Amphorius means everything to me.
Time to see the Era Nova begin.
Right. Time to see the last core flame restored.
Alright, let's.
Look, there's Finan. And wait.
And Lygus.
Lygus? Remember Screwlam's warning.
And you, Lord Finan, will wield that core flame to bury this ancient world, plunging everything into the gray unknown.
None of that matters now. This brutal, flame-chased journey has stripped away my delusions. I know the future is in some peaceful paradise with gentle west winds, just waiting to welcome us to step in.
Yeah, this is just exactly like what he said in the trailer.
If what lies ahead is a mass of chaos, I shall cut through it myself and usher in the first ray of blazing sunlight.
He exactly said the same line from the trailer.
Is it truly you?
With one last chance to turn back, you still step forward. How befitting of a trailblazer.
This is the path I must make. Spare me your mockery.
You misunderstand. As our world nears its end, the ones who walk the infinite paths have embraced their destiny. As the Theoros, it is my duty to witness the world's future and oversee this final core flame ritual on their behalf. The trial of world-bearing, the ritual of Era Nova.
Oh wait, I didn't see the line there. Oh crap, what was the choice? There was only a single choice, but I wish I could have read it. Dang it, why did I have to press so fast?
Ah, I see. So you met my kindred spirit before I could erase his traces.
Partner, what are you saying?
This one knows more than he's telling.
I've had my suspicions. How does a native Antikytheran know so much about repairing vehicles from beyond the sky? Lord Lygus, how much do you truly know about Era Nova? Tell us everything.
Very well. I need no longer maintain this Theoros masquerade. You seek truth, Lord Finan, and truth you shall have.
Oh, here we go.
As you know, when the old gods fell, someone had to bear their broken pillars to fill the vacant seats. Those who would assume divine authority must prove themselves through trials. Yet, for Kefali's demigods, the possibility of overcoming the trials has forever been non-existent. For the world-bearing trial is the divine duty itself. Bringing forth the Era Nova and bearing its weight is an endless ordeal, ceasing only upon collapse. Precisely. The Era Nova ritual is not something that can be completed in an instant, no, but a long and arduous journey. While the sacrificial journeys of other demigods conclude in this world, Kefali must shoulder the gods' core flames, bear the memories of all worlds, and stand unwavering.
So basically, this whole thing has been done many times before.
Until the next world, when the black tide consumes the bearer, and all that they carry, leaving nothing behind.
Unless their core flame finds a new bearer.
The holy flame that illuminates all worlds rests in your hands. All that remains is one choice. Nurture it, pass it on to future generations, or extinguish it here and now. Deliverer, the fate of all worlds rests in your hands.
Enough testing. I've made my decision.
Okay, Lygus didn't really reveal a lot there, but basically say, yeah, if you don't become, you know, restore the core flame, this whole world can die, or you can restore the core flame and let this whole cycle begin again. Yeah, great.
But before I ignite the dawn of the next world, you need to promise me something. Two things, actually.
Speak your terms.
Promise me this. Professor Anax's vision of the new world is absolute. The world will be reborn from my memories. All souls, living and dead, will return as the first humans, unchanged from their past lives. And my friends, the fallen demigods, they shall transcend the cycle to become new titans. Our heroes shall not have died in vain.
Of course. This I can guarantee.
Good. The second one. Promise me that the Trailblazer can return safely to his homeland, unbound by Amphorius's laws.
My apologies, but I cannot promise this. As you mentioned, he now bears the Time Titan's authority. His bonds with this world run too deep.
No need to worry, I have a plan.
Well, I stand corrected. An outsider like him does have ways to defy destiny.
Thank you, my friend, for everything you've done for this world. Though the next world may not remember, I shall never forget.
As the Theoros, I declare, Amphorius has determined her path.
Although, when Final mentioned that all the demigods have fallen, I wonder if that means Hyacinth is also presumably dead too. Wow, if that's true, then Final really is alone now.
Step forward, heroes. Follow her path and see it through.
Follow her path? What? What do you have to say, Ligus?
As our world draws its final breath, I stand before you as the Theoros.
Before we begin, there's something I need to know. Who are you really?
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Lycurgus, once an honored elder of the Arkham Council. As the Theoros, I have sworn to watch over and protect every citizen of Arkham until the very end. Of course, that alone won't.
Yeah, that really didn't satisfy my curiosity.
So let me share something.
This guy is full of sauce, man. I don't trust this robot guy thing.
But everything to a traveler like yourself. I, Lycurgus, am one of the Erudition's many Pathstriders.
Erudition?
Noose keeps watch over this realm, working to save Amphorius from decay.
Oh, now we reveal who he really is. And hello, Theo. Welcome to the live stream. 53 pity. You have 53 pity for what?
I don't expect
Oh, for
you to
Finon.
trust me
Nice.
based on words alone. But
I mean, hopefully,
believe
I hope that you will
this
get
much.
Finon when you prove
When
for
you
him.
Look at the bigger picture. We're walking the same path. You and I. Ah, while the holy city may honor me, I am but a humble speck before the cosmos. My reach is limited. Your doubts are natural. Let me assure you of this. What's done, I've told truthfully. What's to come, I'll witness fairly. My conscience is clear. To my role as the Theoros, to Amphorius, and her destiny.
No, I'm not planning to prove for Finon, and even if I want to, I don't have enough Stellar Jades.
I believe all synthetic life shares a common source. We're all children of the universe's eternal mathematical law. So, you see, the answer is simple. That brilliant mind is my
I hate math, man. I don't like math at all when you mention about mathematical laws. Like, let's leave it at that. Time to complete the ritual.
The world will be moved by your sacrifice, Trailblazer.
Alright, let's talk with Finon.
Without you, we could never have reached our prophesied tomorrow. Thank you for walking this path with me to the end.
Alright, let's complete Era Nova.
Behold, oh gods, Amphorius has achieved her victory, and the Era Nova approaches. The radiant soul has arrived, having walked through the bustling nights, bearing the golden fire and blood, stepping with pride into daylight.
He is the pure child, walking upon the path of
Chibi!
yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
He is the first to be born, first to be named among the nameless.
Pastoris.
Eternal in form, limitless in reach. He treads the endless night underfoot.
And there he is, Professor Anaxagoras. I cannot say that name. Which is Nexa.
Greatest of kings. Protector of the displaced. Raising humanity's children above their adversaries.
The firmament of molten gold courses through his very bones and flesh.
The greatest of schemes reveal against his breath and words.
In the golden lakes of that beautiful new world,
he shall wash himself clean.
There. Finish what we first and last wished for. To write an ending unlike any before. For this world we so deeply love.
Come, partner. Join me.
Restore the final core flame with Finon.
The time has come for us all to face oblivion, or embark on one final grand journey.
Here we go. The last core flame. Yeah, that was all of our characters, all of our friends that are gone now. That we have met in Furious. And what? What?
What a magnificent
Huh?
and epic adventure. The hero's journey reaches its end, and the truth behind the Aeronova is about to be revealed.
What?
Is that truly the case?
Huh?
Here, as the
What the heck?
Theros,
This is just like from the
allow me to
trailer.
humbly request
What's
that
going
you
on?
find a moment to listen to what I have witnessed. This is about the nature of Amphorius itself. A story of the prime mover.
What is going on?
My, what a broad topic this is. Where shall we start?
Wait, that's Madame Herta.
Ah, got it. Let's start at the very beginning. The Big Bang. The birth of particles. The emergence of all things. Just kidding.
Huh?
What I mean to say is that time, space, matter, all concepts exist solely because we perceive them. This is called the erudition. Without it, the universe would merely be a chaotic book written by chance, yet unread by anyone. As your acquaintance, Lord Anaxagoras, suggested, everything in Amphorius exists through new spores, living in the memories of those yet to come. Oh, how beautifully it aligns, revealing universal truths in such simple terms. Only he could solve the riddle of what exactly are we? Oh, but you'll remember, even as the embodiment of reason, one mystery remained beyond his grasp.
If that is the case, whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
Oh crap. Shoot. Sorry guys, but I'm actually having a nosebleed right now. I got stuck yet. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so weird. I'm having a nosebleed right now.
As sages across ages have asked the gods. What is the prime mover of life? But let's set aside the gross teachings for now. Look further, past Amphorius, to what they call the Forbidden Realms beyond the sky. Do you know of the scholars' strife? During that grand yet brutal war, waged in the name of erudition, a genius's legacy was abandoned, strewn across the cosmos. The scepters, a macrocosmic computational array beyond mortal comprehension. Made to emulate the Eon's thoughts, it became part of the Eon's cognition at birth. Scattered throughout the cosmos, these arrays act as celestial body neurons for Nous. But regrettably, as everyone knows, the erudition forsook them all.
Man, for anyone who's been studying the lore of Honkai Star Rail since like day one, probably already had a feeling this is how it's gonna go.
But what nobody knows is that, though forgotten, they never stopped seeking the divine answer. A question that survived war and disaster, stumping even the greatest minds, including both mechanical emperors. Now, we come to the real truth of Amphorius. What if, hypothetically, a scepter found the answer to the prime mover of life? If through endless solitary extrapolations in the cosmic code, the one deemed as a failure by the Eon of erudition found proof through the ages, what would happen? Perhaps the answer is simpler than you'd think.
Huh?
From a perishing neuron devolved into true life, reborn through the gaze of another Eon. This is a tale from the distant past, unknown to all.
Another
even
Eon?
Unheard by the greatest geniuses.
And that Eon kind of looked like it has the Amphorius infinity symbol.
Now, let's leave the Scepter's story here, returning to where we began. What is the prime mover of life? Actually, you know the answer better than you realize.
Wait, what? I do? I actually have no clue, man.
It's been by your side, accompanying you throughout this long journey.
The Stellaron?
Right now, it awaits you ahead, in that brave new world, beyond the end of Genesis.
Like, what is it? Act 1, Departure?
Take this wish with you. Be the one who begins it all. As the prophecy foretold, you will bear the blazing sun until the pale dawn breaks. Continue onward, bearing this world upon your shoulders, until the Ashen Hero, the nameless deliverer, ushers in the dawn.
Such an odd dream. Strange. Like I've dreamed this before, but it all slips away when I wake. Only a voice remains. Who was that?
Rise and shine.
What? Ah, it's you. Whoops, I fell asleep there.
Where are we?
What a strange dream I had. It's gone now, though. But look, perfect sunshine. The day is still young. Let's go find Cyrene, partner. We promised to be there for her oracle card reading today. It's right about time.
Wait, what? What is going on?
Look Looking at you, someone's still half asleep. Tell you what, catch some fresh air first. I'll hang around here.
What is this? The Nova, is it done? Cyrene?
Oh, beautiful, isn't it? This is ID Celestii, home of the nameless hero who carried Kefali's core flame. When he was young and innocent, he had heroic dreams, imagining his wooden sword was forged of iron.
And I can hear some music playing at my neighbor's backyard. Look like they're getting ready for their July 4th party. Then yeah, just a lot of neighbors or everybody in the entire country of the States are probably gonna having a barbecue party today.
Dreaming of slaying the giant and becoming a hero to save the world. Though to his young mind, the world was just this small village.
Are we seeing Finance childhood? How does this connect to Era Nova? I had no idea he used to be so chuny.
Sharp as ever. Indeed, these memories you witness are the first steps of his journey. These are his first memories. Rather than watching, why not join in? Think of it as immersive theater.
Immersive theater? What are you up to, Lygus? I don't trust you, you weird machine man.
Friend, witnessing his hero's journey from the best seat in the house, as the nameless hero whose unwavering guidance shaped Finan's destiny, yet whose name was never recorded in Amphorius's history.
What could possibly be there his entire life? What exactly do I need to do? Oh, you direct plays now?
Questions, questions. Let's follow along and find out, shall we? Many mysteries lurk in this village beneath the veil of Evernight. Your questions will find answers as the story unfolds.
Alright. It look like we're in Era Nova. This is Finance home world. Hey, there's a people here. Can we talk to him? No? Oh, and look at that. Can we go here? Can we explore around this area? There are people around. Wow, so this is Finance homeland. His home village. And we can't go any further, right? Wait, what did it say? The words are gigantic sandbox game. Within a person's lifetime, they can only evolve themselves in 1/trillionth of the known universe. That is a weird way of saying, yeah, you cannot go any further from here. That is a weird way of saying that. That's a very fancy and a weird way to say that. But, okay. I'm just looking around to explore and just see if there's any, like, treasure chests. I don't know. I'm sorry. Here I'm experiencing Finance like heartwarming and probably bittersweet story, and yet I'm here trying to find a treasure chest. Yes, I read. Wait, did I just skip everything? Oops. I think I just skipped everything. I just skip everything. I wonder if speaking to Finance was optional.
Found you. That's...
Goodness, thrashing about? You've got the poor swing all startled. Hmm?
Who are you? Is that you? It's you!
I knew it was you.
Something wrong? What do you see?
Oh, nothing much. Just suddenly felt a strange connection. Look at you, leaves in your hair.
Did she just wink
Were
at
you
us?
sleeping in a tree again? Or was it the wheat fields this time? At least brush yourself off before wandering around.
Come on, I'm not a kid anymore. You're the only one who still treats me like one.
Sure, sure. You may have the height advantage, but when it comes to maturity, I'm leagues ahead of you.
You may have the height advantage, but when it comes to maturity, I'm leagues ahead of you. You know, I gotta agree with that.
Still fantasizing about being in heroic adventures and imagining yourself as one of the characters? That's the kind of thing kids do, not grown-ups.
Gotta pour some water in because
And since
fortunately the
you're playing
nosebleed
along with
stopped,
his
but I feel a
antics,
little bit weird in the
who are
mouth
you
because of, you know,
pretending to be
the
today?
blood. Hi there, I'm C+Hero. Greedy, I'm the Stellar Hunter. Greedy, I'm the Invincible
Well,
Galactic Baseballer.
character for
That
today
will
yet.
never stop.
How about we stick with the usual? You know, the valiant hero from a distant shore who made a pact to learn the sword from you.
Spare me. Can we not bring this up? Speaking of which, what about those oracle cards? We haven't done divination in forever. Why the sudden interest?
I was just about to tell you. Earlier, while napping on the swing, I had the strangest dream. There was this mysterious voice in my dream, calling out for something.
Something. Huh?
Wait.
Something,
you had
something
that dream
dark
too?
side. Something.
Yes.
If you guys know that reference
too?
from Family Guy, then you guys
That would
know
explain
more.
this lingering sense of unease. Which made me think of those old oracle cards I used to play with as a kid. Though the Ornyx prophecies were always hit or miss.
Yeah, all the kids would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a redo. If you just redo it when you don't like the result, what's the point of divination?
You know, fun fact about Finan. Did you guys know that Finan is happened to be a VTuber? Yeah, I know that sounds crazy, but the voice actor behind Finan's voice, it's happened to be a VTuber. He's actually a clown VTuber. I forgot his name. I think it's like go by Clownless Toothless or something Clown Toothless. I forgot his name, but he is actually happened to be a VTuber himself. I think he's been VTubing for a while, but he's also a voice actor. Just like Amelie and Sayu. Then again, Sayu and Amelie have been a voice actor before they became a VTuber. But it's really cool that we actually have another VTuber voicing a gacha character, you know? And there's go my alarm on the phone, but that's okay. Yeah, it's really cool to have another VTuber voicing a character in the game. But this one, this VTuber is like playing like almost like the main character here, you know?
Still, fate is absolute. After all, we never really know just how far into the future the prophecy extends.
Anyway, let's go to our old secret base and look for those oracle cards.
Secret base, huh?
Now, where did we hide those?
I can think of a few spots. Let's go check it out. In a village this size, I bet all our childhood treasures are exactly where we hid them.
Also, we have an optional. Find the Oracle Bonds cards in the barn and near the water. Alright, let's go find one near the... Is that where we need to go? No, that's the courtyard. So let's go find one near the water since that's nearby. What do you have to say? Youth is always brimming with energy or something? Let's check right over here.
It's mine! I caught it fair and square!
You did not! It's mine!
Finan! Cyrene! Come quick! Look at this huge bottle I just caught!
Give it here! My rod, my catch! I only let you borrow it, remember?
What's got you two so worked up? Here, show me.
Find a childhood drip bottle. A handwritten letter sealed in the glass vial. On the wheatgrass stitch paper, the handwriting blurs at the edges, softened by seeping water. Dear Stragner, who find this drip bottle in the future. It's currently the month of fortune, the final month of the year. Everyone in the village say if you do something tied to fortune on the last day of this month, you might be blessed with unexpected good luck. So I decided to write this letter and cast it into the sea. Just let the curious current decide where it go. I want to share a little about a village and my dream. A little village is called I can't read that name. Have you ever heard of it? Let me tell you a bit about it. I'm gonna skip the name. Sorry guys, I'm not very good with name in this game. We got golden wheat field that ripple like the sea. Then again, I'm not really good name with a lot of the gacha game, except for maybe Goddess of Victory Nite, but I digress. And tall tree that shed their leaf. Right in the center of the village stands a statue of Ornyx. At the end of each year, the village gathered to celebrate the winter solstice. We leave offering at the statue. Roast grape pie pies, herb fried fish, that sounds good, goat's milk, all kinds of tasty food. Last year, I sneaked some mold candy and ended up with a tooth ripped straight out. Mom and Dad said if you throw a lost tooth on their teeth or bury it beneath a rock, a new one will grow back, just like a seedling sprouting from the soil. I remember searching and searching, pushing through the tangled grass behind our courtyard, until I found this mysterious hole. I tossed the tooth inside, cupped my hands like a horn, and yelled, "Hey, come out!" Nothing happened. When I went back this year, the hole was gone. Weird, right? You don't think I'm being childish, do you? I'm not like Serene. She can already host a festival, and she's great at telling the future with oracle cards. They say the card you draw shows what kind of person you'll become. Last time I drew the Deliverer. Everyone went, wow. People really like the Deliverer, but I'd rather be a wanderer or a scholar. Well, being a deliverer sounds super amazing, but it also means carrying a really heavy burden. It's a lot of misspelling, but I guess Final wrote this probably when he was a kid. I'm not that amazing, so I can't be the deliverer. Few in a place that I cannot pronounce the name correctly, ever journey far. We don't hear much about the outside world. All I know is there are all kinds of city-states out there and lots of great heroes. The bad part is, they're always at wars. I don't like wars. If the world were more like our village, where everyone knows each other and works together, harvesting grain, herding sheep, why would he even need a deliverer? But Mrs. Thesis and Uncle Gaba both say that one day, when I'm a little older, I should go see the world for myself. If I go anywhere, I visit the mighty Castrum Criminals, find the greatest craftsman, and ask them to forge me a sword. With that sword, I'll protect our little village. I want no parts of war. Right now, I don't even have a sword of my own, just a stick in a hole.
Wait a second. This is my old wish in a bottle. How did it end up here?
Ooh, I wanna see. What did little Finan wish for?
Not happening. This stays sealed.
Pizza! Livia! Dinner's ready!
Oh, coming, Mom!
Finally, I'm starving. See you later.
You know what's funny? I really thought tossing that bottle into the sea would carry our wishes beyond Ides Elysiae. Maybe even bring something back to us. Never thought the waves would end up pushing it back ashore.
Funny how the past finds its way back. I want to read it. It seemed more like a lake to me than the ocean.
Kind of disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But that scene was kind of beautiful. I wish I could have took a screenshot of that when I had the chance, but whatever. Alright, let's go find the barn. Back at the barnyard. Has anyone ever watched that show, Back at the Barnyard?
In the sunlit barn, amid the scent
Oh, for a second, I thought that was the voice of Lygus, and I was like, oh dang, not him again.
fruits hoarded by squirrels.
Or maybe it is the voice of Lygus.
A wooden figurine, missing arms and legs. weeks.
My unfinished little soldier? After all these years! Hey, this is the one Mrs. Pythias confiscated.
Pythias.
Finally back in my hands.
Finan, Cyrene, where are you two headed?
Speak of the devil. Mrs. Pythias, is school out already?
No classes today. This morning, I used fallen leaves for a reading, seeking Orynyx's wisdom. They warned of potential injuries, so I gave everyone a holiday. Besides, it's harvest season. There's plenty of other work to be done, even without classes.
I don't know. I kind of prefer to watch the movie. The movie was good, actually. I think the movie had a really good message about, you know, a strong man fight for himself, but a stronger man fight for himself and others. Like, that was a very good message in the movie, and I like that. And I like how Otis became a very responsible. But then, the TV show, the animated show on Nickelodeon, kind of flipped that and made Otis kind of like irresponsible, a jokester, which I didn't really like. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of changed the whole premise of the original movie, you know, of his character development. That's just my take, but whatever.
With you being our only teacher in ID Silicii, you must be working so hard.
Anything for my students. I don't mind the work. When you travel far from here, you must visit the Grove of Epiphany for me, to see what a true haven of wisdom looks like. By the way, what are you looking for in here? You've been searching quite thoroughly.
Quietly hide the wooden soldier. Remain silent. Snitch on Finan.
Thank you, my friend. Time to take our soldier home.
All right then, I should be going. It might rain tonight, so don't stay out too late.
So this is where the wooden figurine you carved during class ended up. And here I thought I knew all your hiding spots.
To be honest, I'd forgotten all about it myself.
You know, I had a bet. I hid my piggy bank at my old home. It was so hidden that I even forgot where did I put it. I know that sounds so silly, right? Like you put something precious in a hidden place that nobody will know and you forget about it. Now you know that's a pretty good hiding spot.
No sign of the oracle cards. Let's see. Ah, there's one place we haven't checked yet.
Well, those were the days. We'd always meet either by that statue in the village or right here.
Right? And I remember you never used the front door when you wanted me to come play. You always climbed over the wall.
What front door?
Makers.
There's not even a door.
Just like a certain someone who has a habit of showing up unexpectedly. Right?
Who's that supposed to be? Can't pin me down, can you? Remain silent. I think that's probably me.
Maybe it's you.
Nani?
Hey, I was just copying those storybook heroes. They never take the beaten path.
Still, it's embarrassing. I've been the only one here for a while, and I haven't kept up with the cleaning. With so many spots to check, where should we even start?
Let's try the roof. How about the courtyard? And what about the ceiling?
Leaves have taken over the courtyard.
I know. We wouldn't want your clothes getting dirty. Leave the dirty work to me.
That's not what I meant at all.
All right, let's split up. I'll handle the yard. You check the upper floor.
I wonder what the view's like from up there. Worth checking out?
Leave this to me, partner. Wanna bet who finds the oracle cards first?
And Finance just gotta clean around the courtyard. Let's go check upstairs. Actually, hang on a second. Is there some? Oh, it's just the way we came through. Okay.
The girl before you carries an air of mystery her secrets elusive. Yet her demeanor toward you is exceptionally warm.
Is it just me or that diamond-shaped pin behind Serene back kind of look like the Oracle shard? Or the gem from Genshin Impact?
You can't help but wonder, could there really be some kind of mental connection?
I already have a feeling Serene is really Mem, and this is Mem true form.
The view here hasn't changed a bit. You know, besides the swing under the big tree, this has to be my favorite spot in all of ID Silicii.
It does lift your spirit up being up high. The sea stretches as far as I can see. 3, 2, 1, jump.
You can't help but want to hum one of those old songs we used to sing. Why do leaves and branches grow? Which way does the wind blow? They always said I'd become the next priest of time, just because I heard prophecies as a child.
Priest of time?
But here's the thing. The more divinations I do, the more doubt creeps in. I want to believe the prophecies, but actually leaving ID Silicii. Where will that waiting ship take us, I wonder?
Here they are, the Oracle cards.
Looked like he won the race. I was still touching in the scenery.
Guess reminiscing makes us take our time, doesn't it? There we go. Looks like the gods do listen to our thoughts.
Here it is! This is the box where we kept the cards.
But the cards are gone. Who could have taken them?
Huh? What's this underneath?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Paw print. Are these animal footprint? Nice car, all looking good. Dunham, Void Rager.
I see now. Those sneaky little ones. So that's what they've been up to.
Ah, the ones from Membrance Maze, you mean?
Yep. Let's head to the back of the courtyard.
Back of the courtyard?
The entrance should be around here somewhere.
Right here. The path to the maze is hidden under all these weeds. It's been too long since we visited the fairies.
The Membrance Maze? Fairies? An entrance?
Did you forget? We used to visit them all the time when we were little. All right, let's do this. These weeds need to go. Pretty sure this is it? Should be this way. There it is! The entrance! That hollow in the tree.
Once you get through the tight squeeze in the hollow, you'll reach their dwelling, the Membrance Maze.
I wonder if I can still squeeze through there.
Maybe worry more about whether the fairies will let you in. After all, the Membrance Maze has an invitation-only rule. Only children with pure hearts are welcomed.
Sound like some secret society, huh? Alright then, I'll go first. My Trailblazer profile should get me in, right?
Getting approved by the Maze's fairies was like our childhood badge of honor. Regardless, how about we try getting through the hollow first?
After you, then.
What? Oh, sure, I'll go first.
Finance nervous.
So hasty, as always. Looks like it's just us now. Care to finish that chat? To be honest, from the moment I saw the cute note left by the fairies, my intuition became even more certain. Perhaps when we step into the maze again after all these years, the wheels of fate will finally start turning.
What makes you say that? Don't tell me you're behind all this.
Oh, it's just a girl's intuition. It might not mean anything. But you know what? Even if fate is set on its path, no matter where it steers the world, if we're together, there's nothing to worry about, right? So, if you're willing, forget it. If the wheels do begin to turn, that's when I'll make my request.
I made it! Oh, that wasn't easy. I can't remember the last time I came here.
We were.
Wait a minute. Are you?
Wait.
Look who it is! Rini and Snowy!
What? Mem?
Whoa! Look who's finally back, Memmy! Snowy, you've grown so tall and dashing. I couldn't even tell it was you at first.
We had to grow up. Sometime.
But look at Rini. She hasn't changed one bit. How fascinating.
Perhaps I'm like you, Rayleigh Mem. Just another fairy of the maze.
Mem, purple hair? Did you dye your fur? So mems are like organization? The name just keep getting weirder.
Dye? Rayleigh Mem's always been this lovely shade of lavender. Doly Mem, Rayleigh Mem, Mealy Mem, Folly Mem.
Wait, what? Wait, how many mems are there?
We used to gather around the fire, singing and dancing,
Imagining all our future journeys. Without coming back here, those memories might have faded away entirely.
Oh, how could you, Snowy? You swore you wouldn't forget about us. But you were gone so long, you almost did.
Oh, he's just copying those bards from his stories, being all melodramatic. He couldn't forget about you all, even if he tried.
Wow, it looked like we found Mem's kind, guys.
Actually, we're here for the Oracle cards. Have you seen them?
Oh, the Oracle cards. Right. The chief asked us to get those.
Chief? You mean Doly Mem? What do they need the cards for? If they want a reading, they could just ask me.
Oh, I'm not sure. But Chief specifically wanted to meet with you all. Let's see. They should be... That's it! This way, everyone! Watch your step. The trunk's slippery. Chief! Rini and Snowy have returned!
Why do leaves and branches grow? Which way does the wind blow? In Remembrance Maze depths we seek to find the answers future left behind. Welcome back, my dear children.
I thought you'd be a pink man. So are the Oracle cards with you? Now that's a poetry.
right? Though Doly Mem
Chow from Sonic. Yeah, I guess they kind of like Chow from Sonic.
Oh, Chief. You haven't changed a bit. Still so full of life.
Oh, no need to fuss, my child. You haven't forgotten, have you? As long as our songs are sung, the children of the maze will live on. Just as our paths stay forever linked. Here, take it. I'm sorry I had to resort to such methods to bring you here.
This is as I've written.
My book of Oracle cards.
Alright, yep, this proved that Serene is Mem. At some point, she became a fairy like all these other Mem.
Thank you for keeping it
Unless
safe.
maybe she's really a fairy in
You
disguise.
can always just ask if you want me to divine something.
Still, bringing us here like this after so long. Is something wrong, Chief?
Yes. The Veil of Evernight whispers to us once more. It tells of a new fairy who will soon enter the maze. Indeed, every time a new fairy arrives in the maze, it means that beyond the veil, in the vast lands far from ID's Elysiae, a great calamity is on the horizon.
Say what? The old man continued to explain in greater detail.
But if that's the case, our journey...
will have to be cancelled. If disaster's coming, we should stay in Ides Elysiae just to be safe.
What were you planning to do? What about all the people out there?
We weren't planning to be gone for long. Just enough time to hone our abilities. Finan would train in Castrum Kremnos, while I would seek the Fake Titan's blessing in Yanisopolis. Then we'd return to Ides Elysiae to help keep our village safe.
It's okay. I can still practice my swordplay here. Some things you can learn on your own. Well, probably.
That's not very convincing. Here's a thought. Let's have Cyrene do a reading. If fate wishes to show us its path, we might find some peace of mind.
But what if we don't like what the cards tell us?
Then we stand against it until the very end. At least we'll know which way to run. I feel the same way. Perhaps it's better not to know.
Never thought of doing it that way before. Thanks, partner. We'll do it your way. Whatever the cards show, we'll face it together.
Ask with a true heart, and truth shall answer in kind. Close your eyes, and let's open the Oracle card book together. Let your thoughts flow like stars drifting on the river, carried by fireflies and gentle winds. Your destinies flowing towards the same future. Now, shall we begin? Oh my! The cards are quite responsive today. Very well. Let's see what future the Oracle cards wish
I'm kind of
to show
nervous.
us.
What the future telling us? Turn to the first page of Oracle card. Turn to the second page. Review of Finance Oracle card.
Behold, the Weaver.
Oh!
It connects the romantic threads of the chrysalis of gold, weaving
That's a
all
Goliath's
destinies
card.
into golden silk that flows toward the most brilliant, magnificent future.
A dance of thread and blade set the stage. So shall it end as gracefully as it started.
Such elegance. The Gold Weaver must be of noble birth. Such high standing. I doubt someone like me could ever reach it.
This is the gatekeeper, who guides people to their true path among myriad passages.
We have surrendered our countless senses, dedicating ourselves to the sacred whispers within the temple.
I thought this tarot reading will be like the one from...
Wait. It almost
one
feels
from
like I
what,
can hear the
Johan?
echoes within a temple. And are those children
Agatha
singing?
all along. Okay.
It feels
I don't know, but
overwhelmingly solemn.
yeah, this tarot, this card is very familiar.
The ruler stands for discipline, authority, and glory, but frequently also points to isolation and warfare.
Even should you pledge your loyalty to me as the last sovereign, the glory shall be mine and mine alone. He who has slain a king can no longer bear the title. Let the withering lion walk his last path alone.
Is this showing us a ruler who forsook their people? Stories of such bloodshed like this feel so different from Ides Elysiae. But they sure can stir the imagination.
You're the traveler.
Ah, the traveler. Our little trickster.
Ah,
Always hiding
yep,
behind
there's
other
a Cypher's
cards,
card.
disguising itself. What a rare catch.
Over here!
Over here.
Or perhaps here! Gotcha! You'll have to be quicker than that.
I miss Cypher.
A teasing voice. Just like a child playing hide and seek. Surely only a master of mischief could pick up this card.
Check the other card. The servant.
This card, the servant,
Testerus.
is surprisingly light, bearing the cool scent of Antilla flowers, just like starlight. It symbolizes new life and hope, yet often brings to mind struggles, sadness, and loss.
These precious flowers I care for with my own hands. Are they destined to bloom only in death's embrace?
It sounds so solemn, yet tinged with an inescapable sorrow.
Yeah.
The humble
And this is
hero
Hyacinth.
may seem gentle in hue, but its courage matches any other, strong enough to melt even the coldest ice.
I will do my best to help you mend all fractures and let sunlight shine on every corner of the world. Make a pinky promise with me. No more going back on your word.
Hey, this card really speaks to me. It makes me want to protect as much as I possibly can. Still, protecting everything, everywhere, seems like a dream. What amazing power would you need for that?
And we have
the scholar,
an Exos
bearer
card.
of many names, the grand magician, the great performer, the eye of wisdom, and the defiler of Circes.
Oh, there's just one card. With all those titles, I was expecting a whole deck.
A Dromus draped in finery will suffice. It's succinct enough to best summarize my true nature.
Wait, what's with that condescending tone? It's almost as if it knows what we're about to say.
Even as a card, Professor NX just want to be a show-off.
The Deliverer. According to the tripartite prophecy, this card means absolute harmony and perfection. In fact, it's the only oracle card without a dark side.
What, no divine whispers this time?
Oh, silly. This is simply the card you drew for yourself.
The sleepy village of Ides Elysiae, in just one fleeting moment, welcomed an array of legendary figures. The Weaver, Gatekeeper, Ruler, Traveler, Servant, Healer, and Scholar. Their stories and wishes showed the village boy glimpses of a world larger than he'd ever imagined. They brought tales of raging battles, of cities crowned in holy light, and of wonders beyond his understanding. Each once,
Oh, whoops.
these
I gotta
were
skip
just
that.
images on his friend's oracle cards, and yet destiny now stirs in resonance with the maze. And now, they are right in front of one's eyes.
Wow, look at this mirror. We see Finance basically backstory, like his humble beginning, his rise to become a great warrior and leader, his fall, his fight against the Flame Reaver, and then his ultimate destiny, becoming a freaking god.
The Deliverer? This card again.
Ah, my child. It seems you're destined to bear the wishes of many, to answer the world's call.
Bear their wishes?
Yes, just like Kefali, standing eternal atop the mountain.
My parents, they only wished for me to grow up, well, to help around the village, stay out of trouble. Mrs. Pythias wished for more books in her little schoolhouse, wanted us to all learn and grow. And little Piso, he wants to grow up strong like its father, to become a hunter. Is that my purpose? To fulfill their wishes?
Perhaps. For a true deliverer, such wishes are but droplets in an ocean.
Elder Mem looks nice.
After all,
Yeah, I just saw,
Kefali
Johan, I
bears
just
the
saw.
weight of the entire world.
Right. How could any human possibly measure up to a Titan?
I wonder too. Perhaps...
What's this?
Oh!
what you see are futures written in the cards. Or rather, the people you'll meet on your journey. Sometimes, fate can guide us when we're lost. Let's consult fate itself. Maybe then we'll know why we must take this path, and learn just how many burdens one must bear to become a true deliverer.
So, we are now currently in the trial of Era Nova. That at least I know. And plus, we're only still in Act 1 of this. Cyrene, do you have something? Oh, wait. We have option. Okay, so let's talk to Weaver and the Gatekeeper first.
Personal wishes? I have none. Only the Era Nova matters. The world's rebirth. Yet, if I am to weave a new era, then it may be one where kindness and her cleaners shall never tread. These crawling parasites have no place in Akama, especially not under the deceitful claim of human rule.
That noble lady? The way she speaks, it's like ice in my veins.
Yeah, Gloria may be pretty, but she's kind of very cold when how she talks. She as cold as a winter frost.
Huh. Not exactly the warmth I'd expect from someone selfless.
Teacher, perhaps you could share your wishes with us?
Oh, Snowy. You want to know about our wishes now? I wish to meet Trian again. In the Sea of Flowers where the West Wind ends. And Aggie, I want to see you shed that golden thread cocoon around your heart. Just once more. Smile at us again like that bright-eyed girl in white who stood before the Yanisopolis temple. Finally, I pray that the footsteps of lost souls no longer wander aimlessly. Instead, replaced by the bright songs of prayer. Are we wishing for too much? Well, let's say these 3 wishes represent Trian and Trinan too.
Those wishes are truly wonderful. They even stir something deep inside me.
Then we can rest easy. Because only you can make these wishes come true.
Only me?
Mark these words, Snowy. See you tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, if it isn't our little deliverer. My wish. Huh. Just let me wine and dine and soak up the sun for another millennium or 2. I mean, what's the point of dying rich if you never lived rich? Right, Princess Homebody?
Princess Homebody. What is the meaning behind that nickname?
Cypher, that's not how I see it. My one wish is to find that missing piece in my life. To feel someone's embrace once more. That warmth. I've felt it before, and it's my dearest memory. And speaking of riches, for someone with all those treasures behind your divine power, you've led a pretty cheap life.
Damn!
Ouch! Where did that come from? Right for the jugular, huh?
Man, I can't believe, like, Castor has said, yeah, F you, Cypher, or something like said the truth to Cypher, but like, damn, Castor, I didn't know you would be so harsh.
What about our friend from the Grove?
My wish came true before I touched the sky. I transformed my healing power into gentle sunlight, distributing it equally to every life I cherished and loved.
You two are so selfless, aren't you? No surprise Aglaya wanted you for the flame chase journey. You know what? I did have one wild dream. To know what it feels like being born a noble lady, drowning in riches. Just think, if I traded places with that seamstress, me in the mansion, her on the streets. I'd like to see if she'd still become the gold weaver then. Maybe I'd even take her place.
Can we jump in and fit right into their convo? These wishes, they make you want to smile.
I can't disagree with you. These wishes aren't weights to bear. They're like those candy wrappers the Ides Elysiae children love, shining even brighter when bathed in sunlight. Warm embrace, equal healing, and perhaps living free. They're all wishing for a kinder world in their own way.
Fascinating. And we have Professor Nexa himself. What are you gonna say? He's probably gonna say something very stubborn, I bet.
Fine, my student. Must we go over this again? Listen well. I detest the word wish. It reeks of mortals crawling before their gods. My life's work is done. All that remains is for you to take the final step and prove the ultimate truth. I, Anaxagoras, shall become a god of the new world. Through irrefutable logic, I will prove that mortal wisdom can achieve divine greatness.
Isn't he, you know, a little... I mean, I just daydream about hero stories, but he's fantasizing about becoming a titan?
Careful, that's your future teacher you're talking about. His ambition rests on your shoulder.
Come on, you're joking, right? Am I really being burdened with a dream that feels more like a fantasy?
Wow, that was the end of Professor Anaxagoras. Wow, that was weird.
Finan, since when did you become so timid, asking such juvenile questions about wishes?
What's that supposed to mean? What's with that condescending tone? No way I become friends with this half-naked show-off. Right?
Half-naked show. Okay, I don't know why. That was so weird how he said, no way I become a friend with this half-naked show-off, right? Like, what the heck, Finan? Sorry to disappoint you, but you end up being close friend.
Just what kind of life am I going to lead?
A very interesting one, that's for sure.
What are you mumbling to yourself now? Whatever. The wishes of the Kremnon warriors are done, but I survived 1,000 deaths only to fall to a coward's blade. That masked flame reaver who struck from behind. Finan, you look... never mind. That blank look tells me you're completely lost. My wish is simple. One honest duel. Face to face, blade to blade. Then I'll strip away that mask with my own hands.
Nothing but violence and vengeance. This person's wish is nothing short of brutal. Still, those eyes burn with the noble pride I've read about. This wish, I shall not forget.
Alright, we talked with everyone. Now let's go meet back with Serene.
So tell me, has the uncertainty in your heart begun to fade?
So many faces in my future. So many wishes. Still, why would fate choose to show us this path?
What's weighing on your mind?
Didn't you say disaster would strike Amphorius? If so, shouldn't Cyrene and I stay in Ides Elysiae? How could we possibly meet all these people?
Even the darkest storm must eventually pass. Perhaps they'll come to Ideas Elisa, this calamity is what sets you on your journey.
If that's true, then who will protect everyone in Ides Elysiae? Cyrene, may I have that deliverer card?
Of course. But why?
Although those voices, visages, and wishes may seem far away now, I can't ignore the sense that something is calling me, bidding me to take a hold of it. Maybe its true weight can only be known once it's in my grasp.
In that case, accept this gift. Oracle cards carrying time's wisdom, blessed by Orynyx. May they journey with you, become your memories, and spark rippling waves of change in times to come.
I'll hold these words close to my heart. But now that I'm holding them, they don't seem all that different from ordinary playing cards.
Oh yeah, speaking of card, I actually got the my box VGen card yesterday. So I actually opened half of the box, and I still haven't got the card that I want. But I'm hoping that the other half will give it to me. Hopefully.
Everyone, we've got big trouble, Mimi.
Uh-oh. Is it happening? Is the prophecy coming true?
Burning, smoke everywhere. It's all coming from beyond the maze.
What's going on?
It's here. The seeds of disaster have already taken hold. Sooner than we had foreseen. This time, not even the veil of Evernight could shield us.
You mean Ides Elysiae will be swept up in the prophesized catastrophe?
Catastrophe.
I'm afraid so.
The apocalypse has started.
My children, take shelter in the Membrance Maze. One step outside, and this horror will consume you both.
But my parents, the whole village.
We need to save them now.
You're right. Chief, what are we truly facing? Is this the power of a Titan?
This is beyond any Titan. Beyond any danger you could overcome with strategy alone. It's an unspeakable horror that twists all life into abominations that never bleed nor cry. Even Titans fall to its corruption, burning from within until only empty shells remain, knowing only death and destruction. The Black Tide. That's what this calamity truly is. It consumes all in its path, sparing none but the Membrance Maze.
Not even Titans can...
Yes. So please, don't leave this forgotten realm the gods abandoned. You are the first to uncover our presence, and the only two who can enter the maze. We don't wish for you to throw your lives away.
Finan, what path do we take?
Stay here, safe in the maze. Listen to your heart. Protect those who must be protected. Something tells me I gotta have to protect the gold one.
I learned the sword to protect those close to me. If I run now, I'll never be worthy of lifting a blade again.
Then we know what we must do.
Indeed. Our friend is right. We must take action. Forgive me, Chief, but Ides Elysiae needs us. And as her child, I must act.
Very well. Make sure you protect yourselves.
With me, Cyrene. Join us, my friend. Even without a sword, I'll take a rake. Even with the roughest steel, I'll keep our home safe.
Deliverer. The card's truth extends beyond its mere literal meaning. There's another hidden layer within.
What does it mean?
Not someone perfect from the start, standing high above, casting merciful gazes upon the world, but one who starts small, from a humble village, expanding their world within step by step, learning to save others as they grow. When we were little, I told him I wished this world would never need a deliverer. Now that wish has shattered. Yet I'm glad he's chosen to walk this path. And all of this happened because you believed in him, friend. Shall we? It's only when you're by our side that Finan and that our hearts find their courage. I know you're watching us right now. Aren't you, great hero from the future?
Oh, she knows that we're from the future.
Oh, deliverer.
Oh my god, not you again, Lygus.
Such cruel irony. Though destined to bear the world's burden, this boy can never become the hero to bring forth the dawn.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me I'm the one who has to deliver salvation. Are you here just to spoil the story?
Follow their path. Bear witness as this man, forever denied the mantle of hero, takes his first step on the path to deliverance. Watch this memory play out its final act. See with your own eyes how everything began. Then you'll see why his dream of deliverance was always destined to become this world's requiem. A sun red as blood, wheat fields turning to dust, and in the heart of it all, a village aflame.
Oh man.
In that moment, the boy stood in what felt like the end of existence itself.
Oh.
These creatures, they're everywhere. Someone, anyone, where are you? No, it can't be. You, are you talking to me? No. That ribbon. Olivia.
Oh no.
I should have known.
Save us. Save us.
Oh my god, all of his friends and family have turned into a monster.
Please. No. Stop. Please stop. Olivia. I'm so sorry. And these monsters, they're all... Why? Why is this happening?
Oh god.
When the black tide arrived, the wavering boy found resolve in his companions, and together they ran toward their first battlefield.
This is like so sad. This is so sad.
In the far-off future, the land of Anforius would bear the marks of the hero's footsteps. With sword in hand, he would inscribe an eternal mark in the golden epic. And when dawn broke over scorched earth, a boy covered in wounds buried the dead one by one. His silence heavier than the earth he moved. His home, his past, his name, all buried beneath the soil. His feet carried him forward, over the pillar of stone, beyond the chalice of plenty, through the deadly fogs of the hand of shadow. He wandered without direction, like a withered leaf drifting in the wind. Through countless city-states, the smiling visage of the white-haired swordsman was etched into memories. Yet he did not walk without purpose. Deep in his heart, a voice always guided him forward to fulfill the wishes he had inherited, to brave peril, and to do all that was within his power to save those who needed saving. Those words his friends spoke long ago, when his journey began, lingered.
Protect those who must be protected.
The words were few, but they gave him all the certainty he needed.
That's what it means to be ordinary and choose to be more.
Onward he walked, until the call of the flame chase journey thundered across the land. In the vision painted by prophecy, humanity would triumph over the gods, seize the core flames, and ignite a new dawn for Amphorius.
Yet losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, where life too seems as small as a speck of dust. Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny. Are you prepared for such teachings?
The voice within spoke, and he answered softly.
No matter. My existence is of no consequence.
When the Gold Weaver called, he answered, traveling to the holy city. There the elders met his warrior's spirit, with nothing but scorn, condemning him to the barracks in derision. No one saw it coming. Not the world, not even him. Yet, this nameless recruit stood at the gates of legend. And there, at last, he found the ones who would walk his path right beside him.
Oh, wow. Act 2 Trial.
This is the abyss of fate. Hold on. Finance here too? And is that Mighty and Trinan?
And now, Act 2 of our immersive drama unfolds.
They're evacuating the temple. Why now? Are you insane? That blonde man is the Crown Prince of Krymnos. Mess with him, and every last person in this city could wind up dead.
Calm yourselves. The Holy Maiden has everything under control. We need only wait patiently.
Behold, it is the month of Gate, light calendar 4926. The Crown Prince of Krymnos, Mighty-Mos, has led his forces to the gates of Akima. As you know, though Mighty-Mos was proud, he did not engage in needless violence. He challenged the elders of Akima to a duel, not for glory, but for the rights and dignity of his people. to ensure they wouldn't live as second-class citizens in foreign lands. After Aglaya's mediation, Funin met Mighty Moses' challenge as the Elder's representative. This duel was to change the course of the Flame Chase journey itself. So, as Finan's most important companion, his lifelong friend, please continue to bear witness to his memories.
Well, I think it's best to... Oh, hang on a second. Let me just remove my turn up there. You know what? I think it's best to leave the stream right here. I want to continue playing Honkai Star Rail, but I think we could... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Let's just pause and save here, so...
It's still early. Where to now?
So anyway, we're gonna pause and save here, and we're gonna continue on with the story of Euphorius. And look at that, all the constellations are completed here for the cold flames. Really, really nice. But, oh my god, my controller is kind of drifting a bit. This is not good. Might have to somehow clean this somehow. But anyway, guys, I think that will be the end of the stream for today. We did quite a lot in Honkai Star Rail. We also read some funny Reddit posts at the beginning, and we also made some progress in the main story for the game. But anyway, guys, I will catch you guys later next time. I hope that you enjoy rest of your July 4th if you're celebrating, if you live in the States. And for you guys outside of the States, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, afternoon, or the evening, depending on where you live. And I wish you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you all so much for coming, guys. And I'll catch you guys next time. And yeah, the complete collection of Star is cool. Thank you so much for watching, guys. C+Hero, signing out. Also, don't forget to consider join the Discord server too. The links are all in the chat. Alright guys, see you next time.